Starburst.
Alright. So in our last game, did you say Starbursts?
Yes, I have
I
Starburst.
love Starbursts. In our last game, it was pretty much a shopping game. You guys had come back from we started with you guys talking to Fader's mom. She told him this long story about how she was captured by these creatures. She was tortured endlessly, and experiments were done on her. Um, she told Fader that um, she also found that giving in made it easier instead of enduring all the pain. She told him that they did. He was the result. He was the result of what are they called? It's like God, I can't think of the word.
An experiment?
Experiments. Jesus, didn't I just say it? And I don't know. I was thinking it. Um, experiments. That he was the product of an experiment, and he found out he had a twin brother, but the experiment was a failure. For his brother can't come over to our side for long, and Fader wasn't compatible with evil. To say it that way. And so she reveals her true self, which is the wormed creature that you came in contact with before, and she jumps into the portal. When you guys get back to Candlekeep, you of course tell Friedley about this. It was a drinking day. People got drunk. Trying to think what else happened that day.
My patron made me an offer or explained how my wish could be used.
Yes, she told you that she could. She knows that deep down you yearn to have your own power of your own, like your family, and she told you she can give you that as your wish if that's what you choose. Then the next day, the group went off. The next day they got another book from Friedele to investigate. She told them that there was somebody trapped inside the book where they needed to go in and use this crystal blade to heal him by stabbing him. He's been placed in the book to stop some kind of madness that he was experiencing until the cure could be found. So while Leopold was reading the book, the rest of the group went off for shopping day and bought a bunch of stuff, which I'm not going to go through it all. And then that's kind of where we left off, with the group still at Waterdeep. It is the end of the day at this point. What are you guys going to do? So you just left your last store. I will just say, like, places are all closing up now. Where do you head off to?
Yeah, because y'all can't leave until the next morning, right?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we should find some place to spend the night. Were we planning on imposing on Leopold's family?
I'd rather not.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to intrude.
Let's go get hammered at the yawning portal.
You in this yawning portal.
Does the yawning portal
It is famous. Even people in the Fey realm know about it.
Does it have rooms?
I'm not sure. I'm sure there's places close by if they don't.
Also, we just spent a considerable amount, if not all, of our coin.
I got some.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, we'll say they have rooms for rent at the Yawning Portal. I mean, it is one of the biggest happening spots in Waterdeep, where a lot of adventurers go into Undermountain. So they definitely would probably have rooms available, or if not, be full. I guess you'll find out when you get there. So, yeah, you guys make your way down to the yawning portal. Did you say you were going to stop somewhere? Or I'm sorry, Fader. Did you say something?
I did not.
Oh, okay. So I was reading when you guys were talking, so I'm pretty sure that's what you said. You were going to the yawning portal, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so you make your way down there. It is. It is busy tonight. It is so packed when you come in here. You remember what it looked like. You walk in, it has this massive hole in the center where there's a rope hanging down from a winch, which they use to lower people into Undermountain. There's a massive bar further back, and then there's about 3 different levels that kind of go up overlooking the side, and each level has like doors and more chairs, and this place is all full. Let me see if I have it.
Oh boy.
Before we go in, I think before we do anything else, we need to secure a place to stay tonight. If there are no rooms available here, we should probably find some place nearby before we come back to continue our evening.
Yeah, I don't want to get too crazy without Leopold being here. You know, it just doesn't seem right.
I will approach the bar and see if I can get the attention of somebody who can tell me if there are any rooms available.
Okay. I'm trying to find that. Here we go. If I can get this map real quick. Not really. Wait, just one more second. I'm trying to make a folder. There we go. I mean, it's kind of small, but you can kind of get the gist of the place. So yeah, you go to the bar. You see Durnham. He's behind there, and he looks at you, and he kind of nods. What's your poison?
I believe I'll have 2 meads and a red wine. And do you have any rooms available for the night?
He calls back out to one of the people working, some female tiefling. Hey, do we have any rooms? Let's see. I don't know what percentage to make this. I'm terribly sorry, but we're fully booked right now.
Excellent. You see that sort of blue-skinned elf just over there?
Yeah, I see him.
He'll be paying you for the drinks. Is there an inn nearby I can go and secure rooms for the evening before I come back for my drinks?
Well, you could check around the band at Skanky Frank's.
Skanky Franks.
Yep, they might have a room for you.
Very, very good. Okay. If only Leopold were here. Thank you.
No problem. I hands you your drinks.
I will bring the drinks over and deliver them to my compatriots.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
I assumed mead, dear. And
Yes, please.
red wine van, I believe, is the drink you normally choose.
I won't say no.
There are no rooms here. I've been directed to go and inquire at a place called Skanky Frank's around the bend.
Sounds like my kind of place.
I'm terrified.
Let me just...
Me too.
Yeah, so I'm still a little nervous about us splitting up. Perhaps we consume this round, go and get rooms, and then come back.
Yeah, I mean, Lord only knows what we're gonna get into tomorrow. Probably make it a quick night.
I think that's probably a good idea.
I just wanted to visit. You know, you gotta. When I go back home, I want to say I had a drink at the yawning portal. You know.
Okay. So how long are you going? Are you gonna? How many drinks are you gonna have? Or do you?
Yeah, just one round, I guess, and then we're gonna get a room.
All right. So yeah, you hang around for one drink. He tells you that it's about 2 gold pieces for all your drinks.
Van will pay him.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 golds for.
Yeah, that might be
great
too high.
drinks.
Let me think.
You.
No, let's say 1 gold piece.
All right.
Yeah.
It's that red wine. It's so expensive.
It's a busy place. They're more expensive.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah, gold.
It's like
A gold is like a month's wages for the normal.
yeah. It's high. Everything's in high demand right now.
They just knew you were adventurers and they fleeced you.
So yeah, you leave there. As you're there, nothing out of the ordinary happens. It just seems like a busy night. It looks like some bard was getting ready to put on some performance and stuff like that.
Does anybody go down the hall?
Good.
I would,
you
but...
weren't there long enough. Yeah, I rolled to see if anything happened, and yeah, it's just it's right now it's just busy.
I was gonna say we could go down and check it out real quick, you know.
That strikes me as being perhaps the worst idea you've ever had.
I mean, look at all these like haphazard level 1 or 2 adventurers boldly going down there. We've been through so much. You guys are afraid of a little hole.
I stand. I correct myself. Your idea to go through the portal following my mother was the worst idea you've ever had. This, only slightly less worse, less bad, only slightly better.
Oh, sorry, man. I really wanted to kill your mom and your brother.
Thank you.
It wasn't. Sure. You're welcome. I mean, it was for all of our benefits, considering they potentially want to abduct you and drag you to an alien world to become their slave and make you like a vessel for some ancient evil to invade our, the material world.
About those rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you leave the yawning portal and walk off. We're just going to do a quick switch over to Leopold. So, Leopold, I guess it's getting late. I would say you finished the book by now. I can either tell you now or later when the rest of the group comes if you...
The rest of the group coming in is fine.
All right, so what do you do for the rest of your night? Well...
I probably spend a good time pondering the idea that I could potentially have my own gifts, my own power. Other than that, probably go up to the, of course, accrue some kind of food. I'm not going to not eat or drink. Maybe, who do I have in my book? Let's see.
So you're going to, the bar where people get food. You show up, it is really quite dead in here tonight. And yeah, you go up to the bar. The bartender looks at you, kind of nods. Let's see.
Whatever the house special is today, if you don't mind.
All right. He hands you some. It's chicken soup. It's some bread.
Good enough.
I don't know. I'm not good at that stuff. So yeah, I mean, are you like looking sad at the bar? Are you?
I
keeping
don't
it
know.
together?
He's like
Are you looking?
perplexed almost. Just kind of. I mean, there's.
Yeah. So the bartender would look at you and be like, "Is everything all right, sir?" I mean,
It's fine, I suppose. It's just. How does one know who they're supposed to be?
he says, "Well, I've always known I wanted to be a bartender. It's like my father was a bartender.
Really?
My pappy was a
Like,
bartender."
family, yes.
You get to meet
So
some
there was never a
interesting
time
people.
that there was never a time you were like, I don't want to be slinging glasses all day. To hell with the old man and the family. I can do better. I can do something different.
He says, "No, you meet some really interesting people. They have many good stories to tell."
Huh. Did your father pressure you into being a bartender?
Not at all. He worked hard. My mother raised us. Like, we did well, but we weren't rich. But
Interesting.
he was a loving father.
Yeah. Good for you.
It
But,
was,
yes,
yeah, it was heartbreaking when the plague took them, but that's what happens.
Oh, right, plague. That's what. Yes. That's what can happen to poor people.
Do you just mumble that under your breath?
No.
He says, "What was that? What'd you say?"
Nothing. It's good soup. Good
He's
soup.
got a 20
Yes.
on his perception. All right then. Well, he just kind of nods and hope you figure out what you're looking for. Hope you find what you're looking for.
Yeah, and he'll just lay his warlock book or what he always passed off as his wizard's tome on the bar and just stare at it while he's eating.
Looking at it thinking, this could be a real wizard's book.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that's what you contemplate for the rest of your night. I can't wait
Yeah,
to see what you decide.
Then he goes into his watch for the night just to sleep and getting to enjoy the lovely comfort of his armchairs.
Okay. Yeah, you notice everything in here now is also more comfortable. Like it's,
oh my goodness!
Chair, yeah, it's more,
I may
just
never leave
feels
this armchair
more
again.
Yeah, it feels really, really comfortable. Flipping in clouds. And you do that. Back to the rest of the group. You arrive at Skanky Frank's. Yeah, you come in and it is just it's a small kind of opening, and then it kind of opens up to a bar with it's decent size, and then you have the top floor, little stairwell at the end of the room, and it goes up to the top floor, and you see a bunch of rooms, doors, and you inside you see. Once you walk in, you see this lady who's just like looking at you at the door, leaning against the wall, looking you up and down. She's wearing her big, tight thing with her bosoms way up in the air, and she's
corset.
Yeah, corset. And then you look beyond her, and there's like another one looking at you, and then there's some guy with one of them sitting at a table, the bartender.
Please tell me this is like the strip club with the buffet in the middle of it that you're just like, I don't think I'm going to touch that food, but whatever.
So as you walk in, she, let me see. She looks at Fader and she goes, "Oh, looking for a good time?"
Actually, we're looking for a room for
Oh,
8 hours.
is this a group session?
Um, yeah, let's go with that. But I think, and I look back. I think we have all the companionship we need.
Yeah.
You don't need. I don't know.
We don't need any services from you, dear. We just need a room.
Oh, well, okay. Are you sure? Well, if you change your mind, she like kind of walks off to talk to one of the other ladies. Oh, she doesn't rent rooms there. She was. So yeah, you still have. You see the bartender.
Go over.
Yeah,
Go
filling
over
up
the
some like cloudy water and some cups and hands them to you.
Yes, thank you. Do you have a room open?
He kind of listens, and you can hear faintly in some of the rooms like all these weird noises. And he's kind of
We
thinking
should
around.
head
Should we go
uptown,
somewhere
you know?
else?
He's like,
You know, I don't think.
someone. Then you see the door open, and a woman and a guy come out, and he's like, "Yep, looks like we have a room available."
Gross.
No.
No.
I think we're better than this now, guys.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Is there an inn nearby?
Like a nice one, you know. Not like, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, we don't need sex tonight. We just need to sleep.
I mean,
So he says, "Yeah, of course. This is Waterdeep. Of course, there's more." And
maybe we just go to Leopold's parents' house, you know? I mean...
What time is it at this
I
point?
don't like.
we'll say
don't
it's
want to.
11. No, 10. Yeah, we'll say 10.
I'd rather sleep on the roads than sleep in here.
Yeah, we're not sleeping here. We're not.
All
staying
right, let's
out
get
here.
out of here. Let's...
Would my ability in cities allow us to find an inn?
Oh, yeah.
We have
Yeah.
double abilities.
Oh, really? Okay.
You find a place. How far are you from the yawning portal? Let me see. I mean, there's a few inns. There's a bunch of inns. Just trying to find the one that's closest to you guys. Actually, yeah, you find one called. Why can't I click on this? The Grinning Lion.
That's a much nicer name, certainly.
Yes, indeed.
To the Grinning Lion.
He's grinning because it's another strip club.
It's further up. Yeah, it's further up. I thought it was closer, but I was wrong.
At least they changed their sheets here.
Yeah, it's back up to the north, next to the market, over here, near Golden Street. Golden Serpent Street.
Was Leopold the only one that knew prestidigitation?
You walk in and you see a bunch of battle trophies that adorned all the walls. You see some other people who look like they could be adventurers. They're pretty tough, sitting down at some tables. And you see a person, a bartendress. And she is a horns.
Tiefling.
Tiefling. And she just looks at you. Hello. Late night?
Yes.
Yes, and getting later. Do you have a room open?
We sure do. She then looks at you. Says it has 2 beds in it.
that would be perfect.
All right. Yeah. Anything else?
No, not tonight,
No, I
dear.
don't think so. No.
Just one night we need.
She tells you it will be 10 silver pieces per night
Perfect.
for each of you.
Damn.
Less perfect, but sure.
Big man,
three
you
gold.
got me?
So who pays?
The big man here.
Are you guys sure you don't want to handle this? You seem
No.
pretty eager to get in there and address the situation with the rooms.
I just need to sleep.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just be the guy back here who pays. I just hand him 3 gold.
All right.
Your mode of transportation needs rest.
Yeah, and you get up to your room. It is a decent little room with 2 beds and a little table, or dresser, little mini dresser in the middle, like not dresser, but you know what I mean. Bed stands. So you, I don't know. What do you guys do? Do you just?
I would suggest our normal routine. If the two of you would like to begin your night, I will take the first watch. I'll wake you in 4 hours, Van.
Sounds good to me.
I will ignite a lantern.
Okay.
Night, dear. Night, big man.
Good night, dear.
I'm only like 5'10", something that big.
All right.
Taller than me.
So you all take your turns watching, except for Hemlock. You have your lanterns lit, hoping that no creatures come from the shadows. And your night goes on without any incidences. And you get a long rest.
Oof.
Are you guys just heading to a tree and taking off?
Seems like a good idea.
Did we ever get that paper and ink for Leopold?
I broached you back and said, don't worry about it, since I remember I can buy that at Candlekeep.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, yep.
Yeah, I believe we have finished our purpose here.
All right.
Yep.
You can easily find a tree at the City of the Dead. I think, isn't that kind of where... I think, Hemlock, you've been actually here before, so...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you make your way to the Tree of the Dead, and you use your teleport, right?
Yes, I do.
Transport via plants. So when you do it, does like a tree open up and you walk in, or does it turn?
Yeah.
Or is it just like Harry Potter, we run into a pole?
No, I feel like a portal opens up, like it splits open, it looks like, and then a door appears, like a portal, and then we just run in. You see the other side where I want to go. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Yeah, and you jump through. You come to the Candlekeep. What did Bunk do in his morning?
Just had a lovely breakfast. It's been lovely quiet. It's been a while since he's actually had a quiet morning to himself. So, yeah, it was a nice little change of pace, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. So you just use the time to relax?
Yes, I mean, there's been no snoring. There's been no fighting. There hasn't been anyone trying to fleece anyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you're enjoying your nice, relaxing morning, and then the door opens, and the 3 of them come walking through.
Leopold!
Hello.
Hello, greetings.
You're back so early. Why are you never on time for work?
What do you mean?
We don't even do that anymore.
Oh, because we came very early today. You were
We are
thinking
the
we would come in the afternoon.
There is no way
No.
that
We
anyone
missed
here
you.
worked harder than us. We are like just out adventuring constantly.
Enjoy your shopping.
Yes, very. Look what I got. Breastplate.
Yeah, we get a
Oh,
day
lovely.
off. We've got to teleport to another city, spend all day bustling about, getting ourselves together for our next adventure, you know? Not that I'm complaining, I actually really like it. I'm just saying. Some hardworking individuals.
Yes, we are.
Why does Feta smell so strange?
What what do I smell like?
Joke.
Is he beginning to smell like those star people?
You're just making a joke.
Better
that
not
maybe
turn
he
into
went back to Skanky Frank's.
better not turn into worms. I don't know if we could still be friends.
He will not turn into a worm.
As
Anyway.
you look down by his foot, you see a worm crawling.
Morty, get it!
But it's one of the glowworms, just in a larva stage.
Oh,
Must have
Morty,
got-
still get it.
The fireflies.
All I see is a tongue.
But
It's
yeah,
Morty
but as
eating
you
it.
say that, you just see it for a second. That's funny. Yeah, Morty jumps down and eats it.
Good frog. Anyway, don't we have to jump into a book today?
Sounds good.
Ah,
to
yes, I
me.
learned that the password is. I'll just slide the paper. No one say it out loud.
So I'll tell you everything. So as you read the book, the first act of it, in the first act, the protagonist, who's called Vargan, lives out a peaceful childhood in the village of Wisteria Vale. Vargan is a boy with a penchant for storytelling and a knack for magic. During the day, Vargan helps his parents on the farm, and in the evening, he performs in the tavern to the delight of all the villagers. When Vargan is on the cusp of adulthood, the cruel Lord Ephraim Rathmore visits Wisteria Vale, demanding drink and food and a place for him and his retinue to stay. When the hospitality is into his liking, he burns down the village. Lord Rathmore leaves Vargan alive as a witness to his village's punishment, but not before slashing him across the face with a crystal dagger. The event changes Vargan forever, and he vows to bring down the pitless lord and prevent him from hurting anyone ever again. That was Act 1. Any questions? Or did you all get that?
Well, that person certainly was a dick.
What was the Lord's name?
Ephron Rathmore?
Yeah.
70-pound dog. Not good.
It's cute.
Leopold, is this a work of fiction? Is this a
No, it's a book about the gentleman who's in the book.
Yeah, so he, with his history, would know that this is a fictionalized retelling of a person named Errant Quill. Errant Quill's Rise and Fall. So
based on a true story?
Yeah, so the person in the book is called Vargan, but his real name's Errant Quill. So it's based on a true story. The book. So Act 2 is Vargan tracks down Lord Rathmore in a bustling city. Unsure how to proceed, the young bard starts asking around the city for information. He is approached by a wizard who tells him that she belongs to a secret group looking to bring down Lord Rathmore and others who have been corrupted by evil. The wizard invites Vargan to join the secret organization, and he agrees, becoming a member of the Harpers. With the aid of information from the Harpers, Vargan sneaks into Lord Rathmore's manor during a banquet disguised as a performer and dispatches Rathmore once and for all. Although his quest for vengeance has been fulfilled, Vargan is obsessed with the fact that many other corrupt and evil people exist across the land, and that only people like him and the Harpers can stop them. Act 3. Vargan becomes more powerful, using his talents in magic and espionage to single-handedly take down corrupt kings and mages. Although he becomes a legend among the outside of the Harpers, Vargan stays humble, believing that it is his duty to protect others. At the climax of the play, Vargan battles an archmage who was turned evil by an ancient crystal touched by the evil god Sarek. Though Vargan defeats the archmage, prolonged contact with the crystal corrupts the bard, convincing him that his former allies are too powerful and must be eliminated. The Harpers devise a solution to prevent Vargan from hurting anyone while they develop a cure, banishing him to a demiplane. The play ends with a short monologue by the Harper wizards who befriended Vargan years ago, saying that though Vargan's ultimate fate is unknown, the day will come when light will banish darkness.
So he was slashed with the crystal dagger in the first act, and then he got corrupted by a crystal in the final act.
And now we're being told that it's a crystal dagger that can cure him.
Look over the crystal dagger and just be like, maybe it has something to do with what he was slashed with as a young one.
We should all be very careful if we're going to be interacting with someone corrupted by Sirik. I know that he is probably the most devious of the gods.
This man is afflicted with madness, and he thinks that basically he believes that his former allies are evil. So,
should we say that we hate his allies?
Well, his allies won't be there. From all I know, he's just stuck in a book.
So, there is a line that is underlined twice in the book that you noticed too, which says, "We lift up our light to reveal what is hidden and banish the darkness forever." So I guess, yeah, that's what you saw.
So I'm going to assume that this thing that they had basically highlighted for us is the way in. Do not read it at this moment. We'll go downstairs and we'll read it there.
So that's like a saying of the Harpers?
I'm not familiar with Harper lore.
I'm just saying, in what context was that phrase in the book? Like, what is...
I mean, it sounds like a motto that could be theirs. Banishing darkness and whatnot.
This is definitely going to be a light versus dark battle.
So, whatever we do not murder the person we're trying to save.
In the play, that line was spoken by the Harper wizard. Like when you're reading the book.
I like these Harper books. I do hope that maybe they'll consider letting us join.
We're already part of this group. We can't be Harpers.
Well, they're like a secret society. I assume that all of them have day jobs.
Do adventurers typically have day jobs?
Oh, some of them probably are. I assume that they're not all adventurers.
Shall we go down, read a book, and then meet this person that will probably try to kill us?
Yes.
Very well then.
Once again.
And remember, don't kill man in book.
Do we know what he looks like? Is there a description in the book?
I mean...
Do we have the dagger?
No.
Yes.
There would be like a general description, I guess, but it's a play, so.
I'm sorry, you guys all talked over each other. What is it with the deal with the dagger?
I'm
Vader
holding the
has the
dagger
dagger.
right now.
Okay, so we do have the dagger.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking like maybe on the front of the book it's like a picture of him, or in the back or something. I don't know. Okay.
Before we just go willy-nilly and hop into yet another book, when was the last time we went on one of these book missions and everything went exactly the way we expected it to?
Never.
I
But I like it.
By the way, on top of not killing the person, like I previously mentioned, we all need to be extra vigilant for any sort of crazy thoughts or dealing with crazy people, interacting with items that might instill insanity. Dealing with anything with Cyric just seems horrifying to me. We all need to be extraordinarily careful about what we're about to get involved in.
You couldn't hear you, Rob. What did you say?
I was intentionally not holding the button.
Oh.
I just figured out the name of the god that you're talking about.
I assume he's like super well known, right? Like he's like the guy that does all the bad stuff.
Yeah, people would know that.
I mean, we're smart, right? Like we know things.
All right. So what are you guys doing first?
Are we sure we're prepared? Do we?
You are the people that went shopping. You tell me.
Yeah, I would certainly take an elemental weapon before we step in.
Oh, sure.
I mean, not right this second, but right before.
Okay. Tell me when. I'll poke at your sword.
I'm just assuming we'll be going and try to be brutally murdered right off the bat.
Probably not. We'll probably end up in Act 1. If this is how it works.
Oh, good point. Can we? In which act? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
It's not like all these books act the same.
What if we turn to the page that... No, that's a stupid idea. I don't know.
It's not.
We turn to the page that we want, and then we say the magic secret word, and maybe we end up in that act, or...
Just with a shot, I mean, it couldn't hurt anything. So I assume we would want to be in Act 2 after he murders his...
Well, we need the crystal... Oh, no, we have the crystal dagger. So we want him after he's been corrupt, I guess.
Either that, or we go into Act 1 and swap the noble's crystal dagger with this crystal dagger, because he's going to slash him with the crystal dagger.
That could work. And rewrite history.
Depending on what the two daggers look like.
Oh, yeah, didn't it say it was like a red dagger or something? And we have a green one?
It just said a crystal dagger. That's I don't remember the color.
I thought it was a color thing.
I don't think...
I'm just bugging it.
Well, I know that sounds like a grand idea. I don't think we can count on whoever it is that slashes him is going to be fooled by the fact that they're not holding their original dagger.
Do you guys think that it doesn't matter at what point in the story we stab him? I mean, we don't even have proof we're going into the story, but if it is the story, do you think we get a stab? I mean, if he gets stabbed by the noble, we can just stab him. He's obviously not going to be looking for it. We're like super able to stab people. Like, we could just walk up to him and talk to him and stab him, and it'll be done.
Now, would he be crazy if we go to Act 1, or, you know what I mean? Or is he just nuts now, wherever we go?
It's hard to say. I mean, we don't even know if this will work in general, so probably just open the book to Act 1 and try that.
Okay.
Alright, well, let's mosey downstairs, I suppose.
Upstairs?
Well, we don't want to do it in the middle of the bar.
Oh, you're at the... I thought you were in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, you guys make your way downstairs. I must have missed the part where you said you were going upstairs. What do you do?
Gotta have a well-balanced breakfast before adventuring, you know?
Yep.
Well, I'll go ahead and
Do we hold hands? Do we?
Sure, I'll hold hands.
Who knows all about this, that we're getting all this information we currently have?
I read the book.
But who gave us the dagger? I mean, but what's her name gave us a dagger, and obviously someone figured out this dagger is going to cure the curse. I mean,
The Harpers.
The Harpers.
The Harpers.
So
So we are unable to have any sort of interaction with these Harpers.
She handed us the book and the dagger. I believe she then left, didn't she? I seem to have forgotten to write down her name.
So out of character, yeah, the Harpers came while you guys were still away, and asked Free-to-Lay for you guys to look into this. The book was already at Candlekeep. So the Harpers had the knife, brought it to Candlekeep, handed it to Free-to-Lay, told her what book she needed to get, and what you needed to do is save the guy who was trapped by stabbing him with the knife. And then the Harper lady left.
So we never actually met the Harper
So you
lady?
never met the Harper lady, nope. And then Free-to-Lay went and had the book recalled before you guys got back. So yeah, when you came to Free-to-Lay's office, she already had the book and the dagger with her for you guys to go on a mission.
If Frito-Lay trusts her, then we have to trust. Plus, it's our job.
I'm just curious if we could stab him. Like I said, could we stab him in the past? I think that's gonna work.
I think they just told us to stab him, so
We also don't know if this will actually be a play or if it will be.
All right, let's find out.
We won't find out anything until we jump in there, honestly.
Let's do it.
All right, I'll go ahead and read the magic words.
Hold on. Elemental weapon, please.
Okay.
All right, you have to read the magic words.
What were the words again?
Is it that phrase?
Yeah, what was it?
We lift up our light to reveal what is hidden and banish the darkness forever.
You guys are all staring at the book, and it's just sitting there resting. Nothing happens.
Did I get the second line wrong?
I don't know.
God.
Oh, for God's sake, I open the back of the book and look at it again, and then
this is what you see written on the page that's underlined twice.
Okay, flip back to the first one. We lift up our light to reveal what is hidden and banish the darkness of error. Wait, that's exactly what he said.
Should we say it all together?
Perhaps all four of us at the same time?
We lift up.
Hold on.
1, 2, 3. We lift up our light
to reveal what is hidden.
Cadence so slow.
And banish the darkness forever.
Forever.
Oh wait, this is literal, isn't it?
You didn't.
I like the lantern.
Oh my God, the light!
Oh, the light.
Oh,
a lantern.
Yep. So, Leopold, when you light a lantern,
crap.
On the page, these words start to appear as if they were made with invisible ink, and it says, "Harper's at twilight."
All right, flip back to the first thing. Harper's at twilight.
The book just starts to shake, and all the pages start ripping out of the book and swirling into the air, and they just start forming like a circular tunnel of all just like pages in the book.
Oh, well, that's better than getting sucked in, I suppose. But everyone for a nice brisk walk.
Let's go.
Right.
Off we go.
You walk into the portal, and all the pages kind of behind you that you don't see just flip around, come back together, and the book closes. And I'll bring you. Should we take a 10-minute break now before we do this?
Yeah.
Right, let's do that. It's a little early, but it's fine. All right, let's take a 10-minute break. Yeah, everyone, you all jump in the book.
Not again.
Like, yeah.
um, and then as you go through the portal, yeah, you suddenly find your balance and you just start walking. And as it opens up all around you, you find yourself on the edge of a pretty decent sized town. I will turn on the map.
Here it is, boys and girls.
So you're coming on a path, and you see that this path veers to the right, leading into what appears to be like the center of town. You see a bunch of shops and stuff over there, and people. You see a bunch of people too walking throughout. You see at least about 20 people in this courtyard area, and then as it veers to the left, you see that it heads over to what it appears to be farm area. You see a lot of vegetables and things like that being grown, and some farmers in there as well.
Okay, well, if this is Act 1, we'll be looking for an inn, I suppose. Because he was trying to make some work as an inn bard, basically.
The surrounding forest is as heavy as the map makes it look.
Yes. Looking out in the forest, I mean, you can hear like birds and stuff over there inside the forest. They're all nice and lush green. The weather right now is actually perfect weather. The sun's up, no clouds in the sky, but it's still a nice 78 temperature. Like it's why do you make that face? That's like perfect for me.
78 is miserable in Louisiana.
Is it?
It's 78
Humid.
and like 300% humidity.
Oh well, no, it's not humid at all. It's just perfect. There's a
It's
nice
a dry
breeze, and it smells almost like honeysuckles here. There's this nice scent in the air that you see as you look over to the side of the trees and this lush forest. You see some bunnies skirting on the side, eating the grass, and then jumping into the woods, and you see birds flying around. Like it's a very nice scene and sight to see.
I mean, this is a good change of pace. How's that elemental weapon treating you?
Well, if
Did you
it hadn't
cast
been
that?
so serene, it would have been. I mean, it
Yeah.
still lasts for an hour, but yes,
All right,
Oh,
I suppose.
we're jumping into the unknown. It's best to always be prepared.
did you cast that? Oh, you did. I didn't notice. Okay. Yeah. So you make your way to
On the way
the
there, I just like,
marketplace.
yeah.
On the way there, what?
I just like to say, like, so this is probably the town from the beginning of the book, right?
Yeah, I think
I'd
we
have to
should have.
imagine.
Why am I going country? I think we should have maybe flipped a little bit more forward in time.
No, this is fine. It's fine.
Okay.
We can do reconnaissance and try to find out where this noble is going to appear from and steal his dagger, give him another dagger.
That was going to just suggest that. I think that's a good idea. Let's just not get swept forward in the book without the dagger in our possession.
No, that's fair.
So as you make it closer to the marketplace, you see people like walking around, and when people start to notice you guys, everyone starts looking, like pausing, but everyone is dressed in nice commoner clothes, like in nice dresses. Men have nice slacks on, but they're still just all commoners here, and they look like farmers. So they're all dressed like that. They see you. Everyone is staring at you as you're coming up, but they all seem to have smiles on their faces. And yeah, they notice you and just are intrigued. When you are kind of in the center over here, you see each booth over here in the circle is someone selling their different wares. So you can most likely find your usual stuff in this market area. I'm not going to go through each one. So you just know, like, some people are selling silks and not, or like cloths, fruits, vegetables, things like that. Do you like? You see some other buildings off to the north, in the northwest area. This pretty large box. That appears, you see people going in and out, and it looks like a tavern. Has like the tavern board in front of it.
Well,
That's where we need to go, right?
yes, we're looking for the bard. Oh crap! What was his name in this book? Damn it!
His name is Vargin.
We're looking for Vargin.
Is he not
Um,
the the tavern keeper in this? He was the bard.
he was he was described as a bard, as a person who was telling stories or playing music.
Well, Vader, get your pickety pockety hands ready.
What time of day does it look like here?
It's morning.
I guess let's make our way there and peer in. If he's already got a scar on his face, he might not be exactly as we pictured. I'm not sure.
Let's go find out.
It's as good a place as any to start.
Right.
All right. So as you guys make your way, you see the name on the sign, and it says the Blossoms Rest. It is their town tavern. As you're walking up the path, people greet you and nod, but you see people kind of huddle together and start whispering into each other's ears as you walk by, and then you walk into Blossom's Rest. You see a male hill dwarf and a female wood elf behind the bar. And one of them's washing the dishes, the other one's drying them, and the wood elf says, "Oh, welcome, strangers. I've never seen you before. New to town?"
Yes, quite new to town, quite new. Just coming to rest our weary selves among this lovely, lovely village you have here. We did hear of possibly somebody fancy coming to town. Potentially.
Fancy? We don't get many visitors in this town, except for a few traveling merchants, but we don't get anyone fancy. She says, where are you from?"
Did I recognize the village in the book as being anywhere near, or was it made up name like the bard's name was?
Well, you know that the book was based on Wisteria Vale, the actual town that
Okay.
was destroyed.
Do we know where Wisteria Vale was in the real world?
I would say it was average knowledge, maybe, because it was recently destroyed not too long ago. So yeah, people would know general location of it.
We're from Waterdeep, actually.
Ah, Waterdeep. Haven't been there before, but I hear it's nice.
It's good for different folk. We hear of a very talented bard that frequents this place as well, name of Vaughn? Vaughn?
Everyone give me perception checks.
Also, that 4 that I just rolled, I'm opening up the telepathic link, so we have 4 hours of telepathy.
Okay.
I'm too busy spinning my yarn, I suppose.
Hemlock, Vader, and Van. So yeah, as Leopold's talking, you guys are just looking around, and you notice there are people in here eating. There's breakfast foods, but you notice when you look at their food, it looks like they all just begun eating. Like everyone just took like their first bites out of it. So it just looks like everyone just started eating all at the same time. You just kind of, I don't know why you would just notice that, but these are pretty high perceptions. So, yeah.
So it almost looks like we walked in and almost like somebody said, and action.
Well, when you walked in, everyone was already talking. Like you could hear people talking like a regular place as you're walking in. But yeah, when you do walk in, everyone kind of looked at you, and then just started eating. So I'm sorry, Leopold, what was the last thing you said?
We heard there was a talented bard in the area named Vaughn, I believe it was.
Oh, you mean all damn it.
You mean Volgan?
Vargan, yes.
Oh no, I don't know a Vargan.
Perhaps you know an Aaron Quill?
Yeah, Quill. He lives up. He's he's our mayor here.
He's the mayor.
Maya.
Is not a bard.
Oh no. I mean, I don't know what he used to be.
What is your mayor like?
Oh, he's a good person.
Interesting.
Can you direct us to the Maya house? His house? Does he live in town hall?
Maybe they put him in his heaven. Would that be a weird thing to do?
Maybe.
Every time he comes here, I try to get him to put a performance to us, but he is our mayor. He hasn't visited here in the past 2 weeks. He lives up north, right around the other side of this building.
Oh.
And you say that he hasn't been here for 2 weeks.
No, that's kind of unusual for him.
How often did he visit before?
She says, she kind of whispers in a voice, she goes, I theorize that his absence is due to the arrival of that many-eyed creature.
Many-eyed creature?
Oh.
Is there anything else you can tell us about this many-eyed creature besides that it has many eyes?
She goes, well, Quill tells us that he's trustworthy and we should give him a chance, but he's just a little strange. It's not something normally you'd see around here.
You should trust the many-eyed creature.
In fact, they're having a dance tonight for all of us to get to know him.
A dance to get to know the many-eyed creature.
Yeah, because there's a little unrest in the village, but
Do you know its name?
We trust Quill. You know,
what sort of unrest?
I don't actually know its name.
Have you seen him? The many-eyed creature?
I have not. Some have who live in the house, who work there, like the servants, but not me.
Is it a spider? Is it a humanoid?
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
From what I understand, it's just a big ball with these stalks and eyes.
What sort of other unrest has there been in the village?
Oh, no, just that. And then all of a sudden, as you hear outside thunder, and then lightning and the windows are flashing, pouring down rain just starts coming down.
Oh boy, bad thunderstorm.
What do you mean? It's a beautiful day out.
Sure, for some people.
I'm going to go back to the door and just poke my head out. Is it actually raining outside?
Oh yeah, it's pouring. and you see people out there like just doing the regular stuff, talking to each other and shopping at the the marts in the rain.
Do they look like they're getting wet?
Oh yeah, they're getting wet.
I'm gonna walk up
Oh
to the
boy.
nearest one and say, "Oh my word! Does it normally rain this hard here?"
The rain just stops. It says, "What rain? It's a beautiful day out." And the clouds are again just clear.
Oh no.
Okay, I will go back inside.
Team meeting. Excuse us, dear.
Oh, of
we're
course.
telepathic. We're
Oh,
telepathic.
good. Okay.
She goes, "If you want to know." Oh, sorry. Okay, go.
Sorry. Let me just say,
Mhm.
I think he knows we're here. Because that's
I
not normal.
don't.
I
Well,
don't think.
nothing here is normal. I mean, nobody is this happy. No one.
Nobody. They just said that it wasn't raining. Now it's raining. I mean,
Not
it
to
was raining.
mention, there's only one person supposed to be in this demiplane, and there's many. So I don't think these are actual real people.
Also, is this creature mentioned before, Leopold, in the book?
I don't recall anything about a many-eyed stalking creature.
He's not the darkness they talk about?
That's just the light and the darkness thing was just to make you use a lantern to see the thing.
I'll just say out loud. Where exactly is the mayor's house?
It was north.
I believe it's the large square building to the north of the tavern, if
And
I had to guess.
the stocky thing lives with the mayor.
Shall we just go and deal with this to the best of our ability? I mean,
We could go introduce ourselves. At least we could get a little more information.
do. Go ahead. Do we, based on the information that we got here, do we know what we're dealing with?
I mean, I think your characters would know that that sounds like a beholder.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like a beholder. It's super dangerous. We should be extremely careful, obviously, but
A beholder.
A beholder.
The
I was
elf,
Yeah.
gonna.
the elf does tell you. She goes, "If you want to know anything else, you might want to check out Silks and Souls. She's a gossiper over there." And then another commoner comes up to the bar and she goes, "Well, I'll be back later." And she walks over and takes some order from somebody.
Before we head off to just enter the mayor's house, perhaps we should get as much information as possible.
That does sound like a plan.
I do
Silks
love
and
gossip.
Souls. I suppose that's one of the kiosks outside.
It's to the north on the right. Oh no, sorry, it's not. It's wait, yes, it is. Okay, it's the building right across the street, a little north.
Shall we make our way there?
I love gossip.
Yes.
Let's go.
As you're also, it sounds like when you're walking through the bar, because people are eating. It sounds like a lot more sounds of wood knocking on wood. Like it sounds like a lot of like people do have their wood utensils and stuff, and they're eating, but as they're moving, you just hear that sound a lot. As you walk out, and as you come to Silks and Souls, you walk in, you see, a bunch of cloths on spools and these shelves on the walls. You see this tiefling. It's kind of dressed like, it's hard to tell. It's just wearing slacks. They are just wearing slacks. So you can't really see if it's a female or male. And she is, I can't do this.
They.
Yeah.
They.
Non-binary.
They are measuring somebody. And they're talking. And it sounds like gossip when you come in. You say, "I heard the same thing," kind of, and they look at you. "Oh, hi." She stands up. They stand up.
They.
How? I'm not like I'm really just having a hard time. She goes, you know what? She's the female
They
from
go.
now on. I can't. I'm just having a hard time. They
Go.
go. They're like strangers. Who are you? We never get anyone new in town. Are you
Well, you
here
do
for
today.
some new clothes?
Maybe, yes, but sure. I mean, we're new. We
Where-
heard that this may be that you had a good ear to the ground on what may be happening around town, and that you had the greatest deals imaginable here.
Oh, well, we do. We're the only silks place around.
Real quick, silks and souls. Is that souls like a person's spirit, or souls like the soles of your feet?
You looking around, you would see shoes, a lot of shoes as well. So you would assume that. Yes, this person is really talkative. She's like, "Where are you from?" Like starts asking you questions over and over again.
Yeah, well, I'm from Waterdeep, dear. Ah, lovely.
What's your name?
My name is Leopold. It's very interesting to see this quality of good out here in the sticks here.
She's,
However do you come by it?
I'm Henrietta. Henrietta. She, he, they. And
They.
see, why would they? I'm I'm Henrietta, and this is Josephus. And you see a male human, just putting linens on racks and stuff. What did you say to her? I'm sorry.
It's strange to see this quality of good out in the business like this.
We have a merchant that brings it from the far others, the far lands.
It looks
Comes
fine.
in once a month and drops off our. Yeah.
Oh, does the mayor arrange that for you?
Oh no, this traveling merchant has just been coming around forever.
I see. Speaking of the mayor, we did hear some interesting little things about a new arrival in town as well.
Oh, what did you hear?
Some sort of many-eyed creature will be attending a dance tonight.
Oh yes, Quill's dance. He wants to show us that creepy thing that came to the town recently, 2 weeks ago.
So it came 2 weeks ago too, I see.
She goes, all the villagers are invited.
And did Quill start acting a little differently when the creature arrived?
Some say he has. Then he was gone for some time. And we haven't really seen him in a while either. But then he came around yesterday, which he seemed different. And he invited all us out to the party tonight.
Yes, a good party is always a good thing in good places.
Just, do you want to
Yes.
go? I would love to have you as my guests.
Certainly we will attend. I will be happy to attend a lovely soiree.
You
of
guys
Mr.
must
Quinn.
tell me everything. Where are you from? And she starts talk to Hemlock. Are you from Waterdeep as well?
I'm from the woods. Just some woods.
Huh.
Have you heard any particularly good gossip, perhaps, of the creature, the mayor?
Well, we have reservations about that strange house guest of his, but we'll see what he has to say tonight. All we know is that it has a bunch of eyes with stalks and eyes.
Oh, surely you must
And
have
it floats.
some good gossip about the mayor and perhaps why these creatures here.
Well, I remember when he first got here.
The mayor or the
Yeah,
many-eyed
Quill.
creature?
Oh, Please tell
I mean,
us everything. We heard he was supposed to be a great bard, but he doesn't play.
he used to love playing um, at the Blossom's Rest, but he just hasn't been around in the past 2 weeks, which is strange for him because he used to always come out and talk with us. She says, I did hear from one of the servants in his manor that they actually think this eyed creature is not that bad, but I don't know. That's what the whole dance is about tonight. I mean, Quill's a little reserved sometimes, but he's always been, there's always been some kind of secret, something, I don't know, different about him.
Have you heard if this this large many-eyed creature has a name?
She says, I heard from one of the servants, it was named Renicor.
Renicor. Neat name. For a neat creature, I guess.
Came out of nowhere one day. We don't get that many visitors here.
And now a strange creature, and now a set of 4 people all at once. Such strangeties in the world today, don't you think?
I mean, we get our merchants every now and then, but yeah, we never get other people, but I'm sure it's bound to happen.
Since we are your guest for the dance, should we, get dressed up or...
Oh, would you allow us to make your outfits for today?
Oh my goodness, please!
I would be honored.
How long do we have before this dance actually begins?
It's tonight at 9.
What time is it now?
It's actually earlier than the clock says. It is, I would say it's like 7 in the morning.
Okay.
So we have quite a bit of time.
I'll say telepathically.
Or 8, we'll just say 8.
That would be lovely.
I get a sneaking suspicion that this dance is something that perhaps we should not let happen. It could be very dangerous for us.
Or it could be the perfect opportunity.
It could be.
Also telepathically, Henrietta just said that Quill went into sort of seclusion 2 weeks ago, around the same time that the Beholder arrived, but returned just yesterday, but was behaving strangely. So I think we need to be very certain of with whom we are dealing.
He certainly could be under the influence of the Beholder. I'm not 100% sure what the eyes do, but
I was just going to ask, does anybody know what a Beholder is? Is a Beholder capable of commanding or taking over a person?
What would that be? Is that an Arcana or a history check?
I guess history, Arcana, or even
creature, animal. What is it?
It's not an animal. It's
I would say do an Arcana check. Because you would hear about magical creatures.
Oh!
Leopold, why do you know all about beholders?
I mean...
Exactly how to defeat them.
I read Bolos, did you?
I mean, you read some terrifying stories, and I'll just go ahead and say what I know outside of the game, since I did a freaking 20. So they can straight up warp reality to whatever they feel like if they're dreaming, meaning that they could have changed this place from what it originally was. And that might explain the strange weather we're having. They are quite dangerous. There are some that are quite mad. And their eyes do different things. Seb, if you want to add anything onto that.
To your knowledge, their eye rays don't control people. But you were right, where they can warp reality by dreaming it to existence. I mean, and they're crazy. They're all paranoid and
So
paranoid of each other.
do you guys think the priority is stabbing this guy or killing the beholder?
If you recall the mission we went on where we were in the past in the woods near Silvery Moon. You recall this?
Mm-hmm.
We finished that mission by completing our task, and when we completed our task, we found ourselves back home. Is it possible that this? I mean, we got here by walking through a tunnel in a book. I would imagine perhaps getting back would entail the same sort of thing. And if
Not
that's the case,
necessarily. That this doesn't appear to be the same kind of thing. As you look at it, we're not in the same play that was in the book. This appears to be just a pocket dimension in general.
right? But what I'm saying is that if we knew how to get in, we don't know how to get out. It stands to reason that if we have a mission to accomplish, that having accomplished that mission
Or it
should
could
do.
be like the mansion that we first went in on our first adventure. We may need to find the password to get out.
That makes sense as well.
Well, it appears that he, on some level, is also mad, which is what we anticipated, because the book, basically thought he was mad. Apparently, stabbing him with a dagger will make him unmad. I mean, it doesn't necessarily apply to whatever's going on with this beholder, but I think that we can assume that should we stab him, he will snap out of whatever he's in, hopefully.
How did the
And
beholder get
You
in the
sure
book?
are a quiet bunch.
Oh dear. So
he's
again,
just like pretending to be normal as we're having this mental discussion.
again, please, we would love to be honored to wear one of your beautiful gowns and suits for tonight's party. I don't know.
We are going to be the talk
How
of the
formal?
town.
Is it very formal, or are we doing like? What are we doing?
Go to the nines. We're going to outshow everyone. It's
Oh
fine.
my goodness, I can't wait. Do you need my measurements? Take my measurements.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. And she starts taking your measurements.
And I go, proceed talking.
When she touches you, though, her hands feel cold to the touch, like as she's measuring you.
None of these people
That's
are real.
not normal.
None of these people are real.
They're dead or something else.
There were just supposed to be one person in this book. So everything else is either a construct or some other type of magic.
Do I, when Frida-Lay was giving us our instructions and was describing what we need to do with this dagger, did she say anything about whether or not the stab needs to be with permission? Could it do we know if it could just be an all-out attack and I just use that as my weapon, or does it have to be with?
I don't know. You don't know that. She told you.
She literally told us to stab him with a dagger.
Just stab him with a dagger. Okay.
Didn't he stab him, like slash him in the face?
That was the first dagger. He was cut by two different daggers. He was cut by a first dagger, which kind of, from the description of the play, resembles the one that you guys have, by the evil guy, and then he killed him. But then there was the other dagger, which was from Cyric, that cut. I don't know if he got stabbed or cut by that. Let me see.
It was cursed by the last dagger.
Do you think a beholder has true sight?
Yeah, I think so.
I think a beholder has a lot of different sights because it's got a lot of eyes.
It's very
if
perception.
Memory serves, magic actually doesn't work in its gaze.
Some gaze. Some of its gaze.
Like the main eye. Magic doesn't work there.
Oh dear, that tickles.
It was just an ancient crystal and it was because he was in prolonged contact with it that turned him a little crazy.
Tonight.
Let's
So should we go and investigate the mayor or wait till tonight? Let's go investigate the mayor then.
yeah. If it looks like we may potentially have a better opportunity before the event, we should see
I
if
mean,
we can.
we're new in town. Let's introduce ourselves. Let's be cordial.
I'm down for doing that, but we should consider the fact we could be putting ourselves into combat
The
range
layer.
with the Beholder.
We're basically in his world right now. There's no place where we would not be potentially in combat with a. I don't know.
I mean, we don't even know if it's a real Beholder, for that matter. But I mean, let's presume that it is, because that's certainly safer. But
Suddenly, you see a roll of cloth that's on one of the shelves. It just becomes just saturated with bright colors.
Okay, yep,
That's normal? Is that magic? Your kind of magic?
this
Whose
whole
magic?
world is magic, so it's kind of there's several different things that could happen. This entire thing is a construct, so it could be kind of taxed by us being here because it's only supposed to be for one person.
So
The other thing is there could be a beholder dreaming and slowly changing every little thing.
Yeah,
Oh, she's
Henrietta
making-
doesn't seem to notice. She just keeps
I
doing
was-
the measurements.
yeah, I was going to ask earlier. Did it look like it rained outside on our way here?
It did.
So the ground was wet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and all the people were wet too.
If this is all fake, I mean, we could just burn his house down.
Why would you go?
Why do you go so extreme?
I mean, we want to flush him out, both him and the other guy.
No.
Wandering into the house is not going to put us at any sort of advantage.
That thing could probably turn off the fire in like 2 seconds. He's dreaming. Either we wake him up with some loud noises, but I don't think a fire is gonna help.
The cloth goes back to its normal color, and then a different piece of silk that's hanging over a rafter kind of thing turns just gray.
We literally know a little bit right now. We can know a lot more by visiting the mayor's abode.
Yeah. Let's hope that he doesn't have just complete godlike powers here. Otherwise, I mean, hopefully there's some limit to what he's capable of.
We'd be in trouble either way then, I suppose.
What if we slash him or stab him or whatever and nothing? He's an evil person now. Since he's locked in here, he literally lost his mind or something.
We focus on killing the beholder and hope that that's the thing that's holding him.
Oh, I mean, we'll know nothing until we go there.
Okie dokie.
All right, dear, we'll be back tonight to pick up our lovely gowns and paint the town whatever color that is on that roll there. That just changed.
Oh, that's purple. Oh, no, you're talking telepathically. Never mind.
Is it still gray?
No, I was talking to them, actually.
Oh, you were? Okay, yeah. She goes, no, it's purple. It's still gray.
I'm more of a yellow, black person.
And then it turns back to its color purple.
Purple indeed, yes. But we'll be back tonight and we'll cut a rug.
I can't wait. I'll get started on your outfits. This is so exciting. She says.
Thank you, ma'am. Them.
Before we leave, I'm like, how many people work at the manor, by the way?
I don't know, a few.
How many people live here in town?
You know? I don't know. Good 45 of us, maybe?
All right, let's go introduce ourselves.
All right, where are you guys going?
To the manor.
To the manor.
The mayor.
All right. So, yeah, you guys make your way to the manor. So you come up to the mayor, who knocks.
Well, I'll knock.
All right, you knock. Doom, doo, doo. Wait for a few seconds and no one answers.
Check to see if it's open.
It is locked.
Let's check the side door.
Let's case the joint, I suppose,
See a little
in Mr.
path over
Fader's
here.
language.
All right, so yeah, you see a little path
Can you look through? Are there windows that we can look through?
on the side of that. Let me see. Yeah, there's windows all around it.
Just as we're walking around, keep peek in the windows and see what's going on.
As you're peeking through, actually, yeah, the curtains are closed. But as you come around to the left side of the house, you do see another door.
Check to see if that's locked.
It's probably a 7's entrance.
You're just gonna, okay.
Just carefully. I'm quietly, just stealthily see if it's locked.
Give me a sleight of hand check. It's chink opens up. Let me see. You hear someone say, "Is someone there?"
Yes, sorry about that. We tried to knock on the front door, but there was no answer.
I'll bring you to the map. As you look inside, you do see this area looks to be like a kitchen. You see a man in there. He's holding a bucket and he's stirring some food inside. And he says, "Who are you? I don't recognize you."
Oh, yes, my name is Van. We've come to town in order to find the mayor. It's pretty important that we see him.
Oh, sorry, he's not here at the moment.
Oh, do you know where he is?
I don't. Can you come back later, or I'll tell him where to find you?
Unfortunately not. I'm gonna need to know where he is. Are there some? I heard that there are several people that work here. Do you mind if we ask them where he might be?
Because at the moment, I'm the only one.
Oh, you're the only one here.
Sorry, you're gonna have to come back come back at the party. He'll be here for the party.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's gonna be a little too late for us. But guys, what do you say? You guys want to just wait inside here? Maybe we all just come inside and see what's going on.
Just enter a person's home and just sit there until they come back.
Or, search it for things. I say that quietly. I'm like, mentally, or search it for things.
Are you just saying we just... How would we even phrase this to this person? We're just going to go rummage through this house.
Yes, it's a fake. It's not a real house. It's a fake house.
At this moment, the door opens. You see a gentleman standing there coming through. And the servant who's talking to you looks back and says, "Oh, you are here, Quill. These fine people here want to see you." And this is what you see.
It looks like I'm stuck in a wall right now.
Yeah, me too.
You see a
He
fine
already
looking
has-
gentleman with a scar on his face. He's dressed nicely in noble clothes, with nice black hair, and he says, "Oh, are you here for the party?" He says, "That's not till later, at 9."
Yes, we do plan on attending. We're going to be the guests of the fine lady at the
Silks and
tailor.
souls.
The Silks and Souls, yes.
Just put. Splendid. Well, then I cannot wait to see you later. And he starts to walk in.
Well, we did hope to speak to you as well. As you see, we are guests in town. We're new here, and heard that we might impart on some potential hospitality.
He
We actually
says, he says, Damien, please let our guests inside. Who steps in?
Me.
I will also step in.
I will step in as well.
Sure.
All right, I'll get this. Having a hard time grabbing the tokens. So, yeah, you step in. You just see that this room, this kitchen is bright and clean with 2 windows looking out into the yard. The air smells of spices, and you see a large pot over the fire, dishes and platters of artfully arranged hors d'oeuvres sit on the table alongside a bowl of magenta punch.
Can I move to the front? I would definitely try and be in front.
I'm gonna do something crazy.
I'm
just.
What?
Shut up. I'm going to just step around Van and go, hello, my name is Hemlock. It's a pleasure to meet you. And I want to.
Pleasure's all mine. I am Quill. Welcome.
I would like to hold his hand or handshake or something to touch him, just to make sure he's not cold.
He shakes your hand and he feels warm to the touch.
What a lovely manner you have here, even though this is just the kitchen.
Oh, I thank you. He says, well, I am busy for the rest of the day, but I can't wait to pick up our conversation at the party.
Oh, I cannot wait. It's going to be a blast, I heard. Are you going to perform? I heard you are a great bard from the bar we went to, the pub.
Oh, you flatter me. He says, yes, I think I will be putting on a performance tonight.
Oh, I can't wait to hear
for
you.
my new guest of honor. And he kind of
yes, we heard of
you guys.
Master. Hell, what was his name again?
Renical.
Master Renical.
Oh, you've heard of my friend. Yes, he'll be there too.
Strange, he just appeared 2 weeks ago, we heard.
Well, you just appeared today.
That's fair enough.
It's good to see new people in town these days.
I see. How long have you been the mayor here, Mr. Quill?
I've been here for feels like 3 years.
Fascinating.
I'm just like, guys, I think we need to stab him.
So if you don't mind, and you can see yourself out.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm gonna just try and turn him around and distract him, and while he's distracted, try and sneak up and stab him in the back.
Well, you don't have the blade.
No, I'm talking. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna distract him, and I'm telepathically talking to Fader and being like, "You should stab him in the back."
I mean, if we're gonna do anything like this, we're gonna start rolling.
Are we really?
I'm not even moving into combat. I'm just going to try and distract him. I'll be like, by the way, you have a lovely home. Try and walk through the door behind him. Like, try and walk around him.
What is wrong?
Yeah, he'll just step back and be like, please, I'm busy today. I need you to... He's asking you to leave his house. So he's not going to let you keep walking behind him.
Well, I mean, okay. I mean, I'll just like walk up sort of like next to him and just be like, are you sure? I really love this door. And just be like,
I love this door.
Right.
Do you think we should
you're
stab
not
him?
obeying the man of the house's commands, he takes this as an act of aggression. Everyone... he calls out to his knights. He says, you're not listening to me. Knights! And these 2 animated armors activate from the hall.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry.
How much
My
time has
friend.
gone by
This is-
between me like talking and this actually happening?
You're telling me what you're doing. He's telling you to leave, and you're approaching, trying to get into his house. You're acting aggressively.
I mean, in
towards
the
him.
game, I haven't even moved.
Well, you're telling me what you're doing, so that's same as moving your character.
Are any of you going to respond to my question as multiple seconds go by?
So you
We
would be
don't
up
know.
here.
We don't know. We don't know anything yet.
We know we need to stab him.
We also know that was disappeared for 2 weeks, returned, behaving strangely. There are other people here in town who are not what they appear to be. It's
They're
entirely
not even
possible
human. This is a dream. None of this house and everything here is not real.
What I'm saying is it's entirely possible that this isn't real either. And that
Right.
you want me to stab a person who's not the person we need to stab.
So you're having
Oh.
full conversations in his kitchen while he
Mental,
told you to leave.
this is all
I
telepathic.
know, but he told you
yeah,
to leave,
yeah.
and you're still standing there. So everyone
Okay, I'm
roll
like, all right.
initiative
Oh.
as these knights try to come in and force you out.
Why can I not find my initiative all of a sudden? Oh, there it is. Oh, right, because I'm doing it wrong.
All right, so Van, you're up.
Yeah, I'll just be like, I'm sorry. You know what? I don't know what came over me. I was like, I'm used to a much more casual setting. I guess we're just gonna leave.
All right. If that's the tone you set as you leave, is everyone else leaving?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
All right, we'll just end it that way.
I do apologize, sir. We'll have a conversation later. Sorry for my friend.
The servant closes the door.
I'm like, dudes, like mentally, I'm like, why are we not stabbing him? I thought we were going there to stab him.
No, we weren't.
I thought we were going there to learn more about what's going on. If this town is entirely Leopold, you've been saying that there's supposed to be one person here, and there's dozens of persons here. The mayor has evidently suddenly made a change in his behavior. It doesn't strike, and that change in behavior happened. It coincided with the arrival of the beholder. It doesn't
Honestly,
seem.
I mean, the beholder was not there, which I think was a huge advantage for us. Because if we do need to stab him, and we wait till this party where the beholder's there, we may have to stab him in front of the beholder.
What I'm trying to say is, I don't know how we can be certain that the person that we were just talking to is not another. What
How
are
do
these
we-
things?
How is our situation going to change in a way that's going to make us more able to determine whether or not he is an illusion of some kind?
the introduction of a beholder does somewhat complicate things, as it only exists. It did not exist in this demiplane 2 weeks ago, and has now been introduced. I worry.
And it's at the same time that the mayor began acting strangely.
Also, the fact he's a mayor now and not the bard, and this whole thing is different.
Yes,
Well, this is not
we
the
are
story.
not.
This is
We are not reading
we're
this
not
play.
in the story.
He is also real. He did not feel like anybody else. Like the woman in the shop, she was very cold
There's
as
only
ice.
one. Yeah, there's only one real person here.
The man, the barman, and all the patrons, didn't seem like it was weird. They didn't eat until we got there, and then we heard extra movement and knocking that did not sound correct.
Well, that's everything here is not real. So
They're
well,
puppets of
it's
some sort.
yeah, I would imagine they are some kind of construct. Um, but they are real enough to feel and be felt, in the words of Smacky Smacky Us. Um,
Looking as you're standing there, you see at the where the bar is. No, yeah, where the bar is behind it, a commoner out, um, and there's like a dumpster back there, and they're dumping food into it and on the plates, and it looks like it's just like a full meal. They're just emptying out like full plates.
It's
it's
almost
all an act.
yeah, it's almost as though there's a masquerade going on.
This is not real.
Hold on, Hemlock. You
Mm,
said something about the person at the clothiers
yeah,
about how they felt,
cold to the touch,
and when you shook hands with the gentleman inside,
warm.
is it? Maybe this is obvious. Is it possible that this is just being staged for
Him?
Mr. Quill?
I thought that was obvious. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, basically, these objects and things are made to make Mr. Quiddle feel like he's not.
Yes,
It
this
starts
is
All
all
crazy.
it starts
all
to
an
lightly
illusion.
rain, but there's no clouds in the sky. It's like a light rain.
That's annoying.
if you all wouldn't mind, can we continue this conversation as we walk back towards the tavern? I'd like to check something.
I mean, by
Sure.
all means.
Sure.
All right. So what are you doing?
I would like to just get a small something to eat, and is and eat it. Is it actual food, or is it like, am I eating sawdust? Am I eating food?
Well, you come back and they see you coming back in. They say, "Oh, you're back." Old Rich says,
Yes, I was feeling a bit peckish. I was wondering, could I have just a small, I don't know, something, some toast or something to take the edge off before this party that
"Sure,
happens
I'll throw
tonight?
some bread in the oven."
Thank you, thank you.
Walks off and yeah, um, takes a few minutes, but comes back with some toasted bread and hands it to you.
I'm sure this will just make everything glow, but I'm basically just going to cast detect magic right quick.
Okay. So you take a bite.
What would be involved in using my poisoner's kit ability to decide whether or not this is
I
poisoned?
mean, you sit in there for 10 minutes taking drops and stuff.
I will take a bite.
I'll take a bite too.
What are you doing? Yeah, it tastes like really good toasted bread. It's flavorful. It's nothing. It tastes really good.
You better
Okay.
share.
Oh, I already have. Yeah. All
Uh,
right. Well, again, telepathically, it seems as though the food is real.
Well, I imagine they would have to have a way to feed
you,
Quill.
Him.
you you activate your glasses and you're looking around and nothing's glowing.
Well, that doesn't seem possible. Ha! Nothing on the people, nothing on the. Okay, that's weird.
What's weird?
So, nothing is magic.
That is
Uh,
strange.
Let's step outside and see if the same is true outside, and also let's get within. What's the range on your ability there?
30 feet.
What do you say we wander north and get within 30 feet of the front door of the mayor's house?
I would advise probably not doing that quite at this moment, but maybe a couple hours from now, yes.
Will you be able to cast your
I can cast it whenever.
Oh, okay.
I mean, at this point, I don't really see anything as an imminent threat. I mean, this is all obviously telepathically, you know. If he's in the house, I would assume that the beholder's in the house, right? I mean, if he were to actually come out and attack us, that might be the best case scenario.
So
If
you guys are being suspicious. Give me perception checks. DC 15. Hemlock and Fader again. As you noticed, you hear these faint clicking sounds whenever one of these commoners touch a hard surface.
And earlier you said it sounded like wood on wood?
Yeah, when a lot of them are eating.
Well,
you still
shall
hear
we?
same sound, yeah. So you still hear that sound.
so, it's like
Yeah, like a soft
knocking?
tap, like wood hitting wood.
Oh, that could be like puppets.
Gotcha. That's what I thought.
All right.
But that puppet's not animated by magic, so I don't. How?
Let's continue our mental conversation, but let's wander. Thank you,
Go for a walk.
and go for a walk.
Enjoy the day.
You too.
And you.
Yes, walk around town as we discuss things.
All right. Which way are you going? So you have your farms to the east. You have the center. To the west you have your farms. To the east you have your center town. There's some houses that the commoners all live at.
Do you guys want to check out the farms?
Oh, I had an odd idea. I'm going to go ahead and take out my alchemy jug and try to make it produce honey.
Okay. If that's something that I could produce, yeah, you could produce a gallon of honey.
Okay, the magic still works.
It just
I mean, it
fills
worked
up.
on your
Boop, 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 boop.
eyes.
I just didn't know if maybe the spell wasn't working correctly because
Well,
maybe something was preventing magic from being seen or preventing magic in general. So
were you able to see our equipment?
Yeah, your own magical items were glowing. Sorry.
okay,
Yeah.
that's good enough.
Strange. Maybe.
Have some honey, Hemlock.
So do you guys see an ending to this whole thing without either stabbing this guy or killing this beholder?
We'll have to stab him, but it's not the right time. I think we need to go to the party.
Someone walking by. Hello. And just keeps walking.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you really just trying to go to this party to like have a good time?
Yeah. Is that so
It's
wrong?
going to be a beholder doing something really twisted to all of these people.
Or
And
it
I
could
would
be a
like to
beholder
see
death
it.
He's
on
not going to
jig,
be
we can see
nice to
that.
them.
You
It's
don't know
gonna-
that. Maybe he
Hold
has
on.
a little tiny bow tie that he wears.
He's
and he's
a-
like, hello.
Hold on.
I don't know.
First off, I think we've determined that these people are not in fact these people. Second, I'm still, I know you don't agree, but I'm still very much concerned at the change in the mayor's behavior. And I think that we need to figure out what's going on there before we go off half-bladed.
I mean, he is a man from a different dimension that has been corrupted by Cyric into madness. We know this for a fact.
Yes,
But he doesn't
and
quite
that would
seem
that would
mad right
explain
now.
that would explain why for the entire time he's been here, he's been different from how he was in his previous life. It does not explain why he would have changed suddenly and dramatically at a point 2 weeks ago at the same time that the beholder appeared.
Not to mention, as long as a beholder's involved, I don't know if the dagger will do what we think it will.
You also remember the people who live here said that he's a good person. They're not saying he was corrupted or evil. They're just saying his personality changed because he stopped coming out where he used to always come out.
And the intention of the book was to keep him from.
Yeah, keep his condition from getting worse. He's in like
Yeah.
a stasis in a sense.
He's
I
supposed
mean,
to be in a stasis.
yeah, I mean, he's behavior changed because the beholder showed up. I mean, whether it's because an actual beholder like dreamed himself in here, or because there's just a dream beholder written into this book or created by him in this book. I mean, the beholder is what changed his behavior. I mean, so it's either, I mean, so he could be an illusion of this person, right? So if we stab him, maybe it won't be him. But I don't know how we can determine whether that's going to change things without actually stabbing him. I mean, if he's not him and we stab him, then we're stabbing basically nothing because there's nothing else here but him. And if it is him, then we'll know whether that's going to work or not, and whether we have to address the beholder.
Well, yeah, but on the other hand, if we stab him and it's not him, then we've accomplished nothing. But now we have alerted this entire town to the fact that we're here to stab people, which means
Stab.
now we still know nothing, and we're in combat with everything that we see.
When do we not just kill everything? We kill everything all the time. We've killed everything everywhere we've gone.
Which may or may not be a good thing. Leopold.
Dude, it's a bunch of evil. There's super like monsters and fake things and a beholder and a guy corrupted by Cyric. That's what's over there. That's the only thing over there.
But a
Again,
party.
I think that you're jumping to a conclusion that may not be accurate.
All right.
Leopold.
Just go with the flow sometimes.
Technically, all of these things.
If we just want to go have fun at the, you know what? I give up. All right, let's go have fun at the party. We'll kill the beholder then. We'll stab him. It'll all happen at the party.
People are looking at you guys now because you're all standing there going.
No, we're walking. We're walking along.
Yeah, but you're talking telepathically. Not saying anything to each other, but you would still be like, yeah. Looking at you strangely.
Hemlock
but
talks
where are you
with her
walking?
hands.
Or which way? You never tell me which direction you were going.
I'm
The
saying,
farm, right?
Okay.
I want to see the animals.
Leopold, does the crystal dagger show up as magical?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
And you said that, as far as you know, there is an ability beholders have that magic doesn't work?
If memory serves correctly, they do have basically an anti-magic field that they can produce.
All right.
So Hemlock, you see a variety of crops. You also see livestock. You see grains. There's cattle. There's sheep, and you see some of these farms have they're like medicinal plants.
Hemlock, do you think that the sheep is real?
Oh, that's what I'm going to check.
Go pet
here.
the sheep.
Yes.
I am. I'm going up to go pet the sheep. Oh, do I see anybody? Any farmers?
Do you see any farmers? Yeah, there's
Yeah.
farmers out there.
Hello.
Hello, they wave.
We're just gonna pet your sheep if that's all right. I love animals. I'm a druid.
Oh, you're gonna love Trixie. She's a hoot.
I love Trixie. Alrighty, thank you. Okay.
Alright. Yeah, they're just like doing their thing, gardening.
See, consent.
Technically, the food and the animals would have to be real to provide food for.
Alright, do you call the sheep over?
Trixie!
Yeah, it's like, bang, and it comes running over to you. Looking for
I
a
touch
treat.
it.
Yeah, it's a nice, soft sheep.
I produce a treat for Trixie.
It gobbles it down.
Oh!
Is Trixie warm?
Is Trixie warm?
Feels warm.
It's warm.
Technically, the animals probably would have to be warm to feed Mr. Quill. So my thought is this: all of these potential, I guess, marionette things that were created by magic, but are not magic, would have been put here by the Harpers. So technically, they're a protection system built in by the Harpers, as well as kind of a a therapeutic method to keep him from going further down the dark tunnel.
Like a distraction?
It's kind of.
They could be like clockwork.
Maybe. It's
What do you say?
Hello, Trixie. Are they treating you well?
Bah.
Nah.
Bah.
Food, yum yum.
Oh, did you like that food? Here's another one.
Gobbles it down. Food, yum yum. The rest of you
Aw,
guys just hear bah, bah. Well, she hears it.
weird.
Are you okay, Trixie? I'll give you food if you answer correctly.
The problem I have with this spell is the animal's intelligence
You
is
always
2.
make... I know, you always make them sound dumb. I don't know
Well,
why.
it's intelligence of 2.
I...
That's not that smart at all. So it's, I just can't see
I see
an
like
animal having a full-on
4-year-old.
conversation.
Just like yes and no is fine.
I mean, yeah, it would just say, yes, happy.
Oh, she's good. Okay.
Hemlock, are you speaking to an animal right now?
Yes. Her name is Trixie.
Okay.
Get it right.
Okay. Ask Trixie about the weather.
Is the weather always like this? Raining, then sunshine. Does that make sense?
Does the wet come often, or is this new?
It changes often. Strange.
Strange. It always does this, apparently.
Is it a new development, or is it always like this?
Not
Is it always-
always.
Not always.
Sorry, I should
Nah.
let you ask the question before.
No, it's okay. Whatever he says, I repeat.
Yeah, that's right.
Ask how many how many daytimes has there been since it started being strange?
I don't know how to count.
That's fair.
Has it been most of your life? Has it been just a little bit of your life?
Little bit.
Okay, so I'm thinking that the weather is linked with the arrival of the beholder.
I feel like it's his emotions, actually.
Anything else weird?
Well, I mean, Leopold, you did get a crit on that beholder information.
Yeah.
I think you would know that they do warp realities around them.
Yeah, they warp realities around them, but they can entirely warp things when sleeping.
Great.
Like, there are subtle weird things that happen around beholders. Their
Yeah, I
layers
think
and stuff.
Basically, are in his lair at this point.
All right, Trixie, you've been a good girl. Here's 4 treats. Here you go.
So
Ah.
let me ask you this: if you know so much about beholders, do you know any weaknesses that, or like super strengths that we need to be super aware of before we fight one?
Stay the hell out of its eyesight.
It's going to be extraordinary. I mean, first of all, we're going to a party he's going to be at.
With a
So
tiny
he's-
tie.
Going to see us, I would be willing to bet gold that he doesn't have a tiny tie, and it would be totally worth it if he did, but it'd be worth the gold if it was true, but
Well, if he's acting cordial toward Mr. Quinn and everything else around here and the servants, it's a good chance that he might not attack right off the bat. He might feel the magic of this place could have warped him just like it's warping Quinn. So I'd at least like to see how this interaction plays out tonight.
Wasn't Quinn warped before he arrived here though?
He was he was being corrupted, and this place was supposed to stem the corruption
Does he have
until it
like
could be cured.
area of effect eye effects
I think so.
where he could potentially gather us up into a party and then just like death eyeball the whole lot of us?
He's been described as having eyes on stalks. I imagine he probably would be able to point eyes in different directions.
And do a whole bunch of different things to a whole bunch of different people.
Basically.
So, what do you think this party is really like for? Like to just kill everybody at the party, or slaves, or does the beholders like to be worshipped? Is that something?
Beholders are a paranoid sort, but they're not without. They are conscious beings.
Would it know necessarily that the population of this town is not entirely real?
Quite possible. And I would say that the odds are on him either attempting to kill everybody or enslave them.
Well,
or just put them under his power in some way.
The reason I asked is because if he does know that this is populated by marionettes, puppets, why would he be at all interested one way or the other in anything having to do with the population?
If anything, this is the perfect town for him. It's a place where the town will not really rise up against him. He can be as paranoid as he wants in his own little world.
I can't imagine that he would be interested in killing or enslaving puppets if he knew that they were in fact puppets.
I wonder how they were made, and if we can make more.
Leopold is under the impression that the Hoppers, when they created this place, populated it with these
people
beings, these
things,
wooden things.
He also said to protect him, which would be a perfectly good reason for this beholder to kill them.
I don't know. It seems to want to be friends with Mr. Quinn, so it's hard to tell. We will be able to find out a little bit more. We're not really on a time crunch here. This is not a story that's going to end. We could just see what's going to happen at this party tonight, and if it does happen to be, we can sneak off in the middle of the night, try to find where the beholder's laying, and then try to murder him at some other juncture. That's always a possibility.
Do you think if he kills all these creatures, these people, it'll just reset?
It's impossible to say, really. This is not from what I see, this is not a story. This is a dimension. So these things were So my postulation is these things were created and cannot be recreated.
All of this is theoretical, but what I would like to say is whatever this beholder is doing, right? The beholder is this party is to meet the beholder. I would put really, really good odds, like 90 plus odds, that whatever he is doing is not good. Like it's going to be an evil act, and us allowing a really evil act is kind of messed up, and I don't think it's going to benefit us in any way having it happen.
Are you staying at the farm, or you continue walking somewhere else?
Yeah,
I think we're just walking aimlessly around town.
We'll go down and around, you know.
She never told us when to pick up our outfits for the party.
We'll check back around to 7, I guess. I don't know.
Van, an evil act is one that would necessarily have to be perpetrated upon a living being. As far as we know, there are only 5 living beings here.
Well, we're stipulating that the sheep might be real.
Data would be so hurt by that. Well, not really, but
the sheep is warm-blooded. So if there could be real sheep, there could be potentially other real people here that we haven't seen. All of these like figures, these people look different, right?
Yeah, they all look different. Different races.
I mean, I think a lot of the stuff we're talking about are all possibilities, right? Like a lot of unknowns. I'm just stipulating on things I think we know are factual. I'd be willing to state that whatever this beholder's doing is bad, and I just don't see it. I don't really see a possibility of it being something else.
And I would also postulate that given that the strange behavior in the tavern when we first arrived, where everybody suddenly began eating when we walked in, the fact that when everybody is moving around, we're hearing the sound of wood striking wood, and the fact that when we left the mayor's house, we saw plate after plate after plate full of food being thrown out, is suggesting to me that all of the population is constructed rather than
I think
living.
I think that's very
Suddenly,
accurate.
this little commoner boy jumps in front of you, and he has a little wood stick. He says, Are you adventurers?"
Yes, we are, darling. And are you a little adventurer?
"I am," and he's all proud of his stick sword.
Oh, I don't know. He
wow.
might be an adventurer. He might be he may even be a harper. Look at that form.
Are you a little harper?
"What's a harper?"
Oh, okay, well, that's worth a shot.
A harper is a secret agent
"I
adventurer.
want to be a secret agent."
It's the coolest adventurer you could be.
"I like your weapons."
Thank you so much, darling. I love yours. It's very cool.
"Do you want to trade?"
Oh, these are for adults. These are adult weapons. When you grow up big and strong, you can have one of these bad boys. And I whip out my sickle.
He's like, his eyes light up. "Can I hold it?"
Hmm. Mm, hmm.
His eyes do that puppy dog sad look.
I'm like, no.
Ethically,
no.
no, don't do it.
I
Don't.
can't. I cannot I can't give this to anybody, or I will burst into flames.
And he,
Oh,
We
don't do
don't
that
want
either.
that.
Don't do that either right now.
he runs off. "Mom, this girl can burst into flames!" And you hear him screaming towards his mom.
What? That? Okay.
It's true.
Sure. Why not?
Are any of these larger buildings noteworthy? Are they?
No, they're
do
not.
they have signage? Okay.
Before we leave, can I just like pull out a gold coin and try and give it to this kid?
Sure.
But like, so I'm gonna put it in his hand. I want to touch his hand, see what it feels
When
like.
you put it into his hand, you hear a little click sound, and then his hand feels cold to the touch. He's like, "Wow, thank you."
You're welcome, kiddo.
He runs off.
That party's gonna be lit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Lit.
Cap. I've always
like
dreamt of being at a party with a beholder. It's really something I've always wanted.
All right.
I never met one, so I don't know
It's
anything.
gonna be a little interesting, yeah.
So, are you guys just gonna wait around till later today? Are you gonna?
Sure.
What are you guys gonna do
We'll
for all
wait
this
to
time?
go get our dressy clothes, I suppose.
At the inn?
Um.
You're supposed to walk around for a good hour stroll.
Just greeting
it's-
everybody.
Yeah, people were waving. And
Shaking hands whenever possible.
they were all cold.
Maybe this is a pointless question, but when you say cold to the touch, do you mean cold like a
Cold-
metal sword is cold, or cold like the trunk of a tree is cold?
I guess.
Or dead.
Like room temperature?
Yeah,
But...
it would be room temperature. Yeah.
Okay, so just not the warm.
Yeah, not
living
the warmth
skin.
of
Okay.
of a body. So yeah, you head back to the inn. I mean, do you just get a table and hang out? Because I mean, yeah, as you're in here, people are kind of looking, giving you looks and curious to who you are. You hear people whispering, looking over at you.
Telepathically, is there anybody who has any abilities that would require short rest in order to
No.
replenish?
I can
Oh.
create
I mean-
something and then rest. I mean, we've got some hours.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna get a short rest from now until then. A few if you need it.
I mean, if you feel like I should create something that we need, I can create something for some time.
What did you have in mind?
I don't know. I can make something out of stone or crystal or regular metal for 12 hours. I can make something kind of like fibrous or vegetable matter for a day.
Just remember, if perhaps if we do that, we do it a little bit later, because if it's 12 hours, then I suspect that we will still be in this party 12 hours from now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, probably about midday by now. I don't imagine the party will be going toward midnight.
Is the clock here showing the correct time?
I don't think they had clocks on walls.
No, I don't think.
No, I'm talking about the one on the screen.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I haven't updated it yet.
Okay.
So as you guys are sitting there, you do always see these weird changes in the weather every now and then. It's not constant, but it does happen. We'll say every like 20 to 30 minutes, sometimes an hour maybe. You do notice sometimes something would look black and white instead of color. And we'll just say some hours go by.
During the time, I'll go ahead and create a replica of the crystal dagger. Of course, it won't be magic, but it could be used as a decoy.
Okay. What spell is that again? What spell is that?
Creation.
Oh, creation. Okay.
It's crystal, so it should last for 12 hours.
Okay. Yeah. Looks like the other one. What do you do with it?
I mean, we could use it as a decoy if he recognizes it. I don't know. I guess I'll hang on to the fake one. Fada, you keep on to the real one.
How are we getting close to him after
By the way,
the incident?
my telepathy is no longer functioning.
Oh.
That's fine. How are we getting close to him now? He does not like us that much anymore.
I don't know. I mean, it's a party, so you just wander around a party like that, and maybe we can re-ingratiate ourselves in their good graces by being the life of the party. Hemlock, you're good at being a life of the party.
Okay.
Because I'm just passing time forward because, I mean, if you're not doing anything but sitting here, we could always just jump. So,
Jump.
yeah, so if
Jump
everything
forward.
you want to say, you can get it out now. We'll just say you said it within that time.
I am not at all convinced that when we get there, he's going to behave as though our interaction earlier never happened. I'm still not convinced that we're dealing with. I think I don't know. I don't know.
I will charm him with my beautiful self, or try to at least.
God, this always goes well.
Yeah, the person who can't talk.
No, just remembering other games too. Every time you tried anything like that, like a charisma
Sexy?
something, yeah, it always just failed or was horrible. Or you tried to flirt with like the gay guy once. I remember.
I don't.
Yeah, it was like
That
it
was
was
me.
a guard.
Yeah, it
it
was
was
me.
a guard. Yeah.
It's anytime any of us try to talk our way through anything.
I'm not even
We
gonna flirt.
always just murder them every time.
Because we say the wrong things.
There's nothing right to say. What do you say to a beholder? It's going
I'm not
to want
talking to the
kill you.
beholder.
He's so corrupted by
Hi, how
Sirik.
are you?
Hello, sir. Nice
Hello, Mr.
stocks.
Beholder. You're brilliant and magnificent, and
Your giant
hi.
eye really is beautiful and sparkly.
Actually, all of this is a good thing to discuss before we go to this party. We had a bit of a miscommunication earlier, in which Van, you clearly expected us to launch into attack, where the rest of us were not at all aware that that was the plan.
I get it.
Do,
I thought it was
do
the plan all along, though. Like, we came here to stab him.
Right, but I think that we need to not go in if we can. I think we need to not go in tonight, and sort of play it by ear. I think we should know what each of us is. What I think we need. What are we planning? What are we going to do?
We're going to fight a beholder, guys. We're going into a party with a beholder. We're going to get into a fight with a beholder.
I understand that that's certainly a possibility. In
That
fact, a
certainly is something that
probability.
may happen down the
Okay.
line.
Are we going to launch into attack against Mr. Quill the instant we see
I don't
him?
know what we're doing.
So
I don't know how this. I don't know how to make this be like good for us.
our plan is to observe for the time being. If it happens that things go violent, of course, we will step into said violence and begin the process of elimination. However, right now, we don't know exactly what effects this is having on everything and what kind of effects this might even have on the daggers in general.
We could get stuck here. Okay? If we could
We
get
could just
stuck
die.
here. We could die. So we shouldn't just go
I've heard that
running
it just
in.
has death ray eye. I'm pretty sure I've heard that
Yeah.
myth out there.
So don't have him
Just like
looking at
insta
you.
death eye. I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
We want to do stealth mission right now. We need to figure out what the hell his eyes do. If we could, we need to figure out what his plan is. Why is he here? Why did he change the story? Why is he wanting him? What's
You're gonna
so
have
great about Quill?
a very difficult time interrogating a beholder.
I'm not interrogating him.
Hold on. As far as why did he
Unless
change?
just tells us.
As far as why did he change the story? I don't know that actually happened.
I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying, like, why is he here and what does he want and what does he gain? We're
Well,
gonna find out tonight. That's
yeah,
what's gonna
we're-
happen.
Yep.
Where do beholders come from?
Yeah, what do they come from?
Typically, they come from far underground, if I remember correctly. The
They come
The
from
Underdark?
teams of other
Underdark
beholders.
creatures, typically.
What is his motive? And what
Yeah,
does he want to just go? Is he using him as a gateway to get out of here, to get out of the book, to get into Candlekeep, to get it outside world, or did he just magically get in here? We're gonna find out, or we need to find out. We're just observing, we're just mingling, we're going with the flow tonight. We might have to kill people. But that time is that time, and we will know. Do you understand?
Suppose we do just that. Suppose we go to this party, we mingle, we talk, we discuss, we observe, we learn things, and suppose it doesn't come to a head tonight. Are we prepared to spend the night? Are we prepared to spend some number of days here, as we attempt this mission?
I don't see why we couldn't.
Why not?
I mean, as far as Mr. Quill, as far as Mr. Quill is concerned, he said he feels as though he's been here for 3 years Although it seemed odd that he said, "I feel as though it's been 3 years."
Well, when did the actual town burn down?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That was more a question for Seb. When did the actual town burn down?
The actual town. Good question. Let me see. Sorry, guys. I mean, it's happened over, let's say, within, let's say, 10 years ago.
So, I mean, he's been here for quite some time. And if he is flesh and blood, then he has survived that time, has had enough to eat. We certainly have seen that there's plenty of food that's being thrown out.
Yeah.
Um,
That was when that place burned down. He's been in the book for 3 years.
Okay.
Okay.
So if we, I guess what I'm saying is there's nothing that says we have to rush into things tonight. If absolutely, if the opportunity presents itself, we should take it. But if it doesn't, I don't see that we need to, as I said, rush in to
Okay,
do something today.
that's fine. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I'm going with what you guys are going with. So, I mean, if you guys don't start getting into combat, I mean, unless I see something heinous or like something really bad's gonna happen, I won't go into combat.
Just remember that the heinous or really bad is things that are happening to the four of us or to Mr. Quill, not to the townsfolk. We can't allow ourselves to react to a bad thing happening to one of let's be honest, to one of the fake people.
What if these fake people? I'm not even gonna open
could
that
be-
bag of chips.
They could be like somewhat conscious automatons. I mean, you don't know what these things are really.
What if this
I
beholder
mean, if
put
it
trapped
comes to,
souls in these people or something?
I don't know. I wouldn't. Let's not say that we won't attack if things start happening to the people, but we don't know if things are meant to happen to people.
We don't.
If things happen to the people, at least if we're defending them, the entire populace won't be trying to destroy us. If we come to their defense,
And that's that's a really good point. And a lot of the townsfolk have described not trusting and actually being uneasy around this beholder. So perhaps they would be on our side.
Maybe. I would so in the eventuality he is going to do something, let's say bad. Let's say that what we discussed earlier, he either tries to kill all of the automatons, and I would assume we could very well be a part of that. But even if not, if it just happens to the automatons, we could be losing potential allies if they are actually here to protect him. If he was to enslave them somehow, if they are automatons or whatever, and he's able to gain control of them, they could certainly turn on us. And if he was to do nothing, then then we can continue on for days or a certain whatever amount of time and try and deduct more, I suppose. And he'll sort of, I guess he could just come out and talk about things, and then we move on to the next day.
potentially they are intelligent, prideful creatures.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm just saying a lot of people haven't seen him before. He's never come out in public before. It's a big event where he's gathering everyone together. I mean, he obviously has some sort of plan. I don't really think the beholder wants to have a dance. I mean, he's doing this for a reason, and it's probably not like a
good one. Exactly.
Okay.
But I feel like tonight is an observing night, and maybe we can get back on his good side, and maybe we could go into the manor again and
Get
shank
Quill
him
alone.
Stab him.
Yeah.
like we had an opportunity, but things happen for a reason.
Yeah, they sure do.
Okay.
To the future.
To the party.
Okay.
Go get dressed to the nines.
Yeah, I have noble clothing. I'll get dressed nicely with my armor underneath. Actually, I'm just gonna wear my armor. My suit's not gonna fit over that.
Just don't worry about me, guys.
We've heard that before.
Just rolling some dice. All right. So you spend your time, trying to figure out what you're going to do, and you decide to just wait for the party. We'll say around 7 o'clock comes. I already put the clock to 9, but I will just say 7 o'clock comes, and you head over to what's it called?
Silk and Soul.
Yeah. Thank you. Silken Soul.
Holes.
Is that rain?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Finally.
It's gonna thunder too.
My lawn is getting very thirsty.
Yeah, I know. Mine's pretty much hay. All right. My God.
I know,
And
right?
these headphones like block out the sound though, and I can still hear it. Huh. That's crazy. All right. So, you head over there, and they see you, and they're just like, "You're gonna love this," and they bring out your outfits. I mean, they're nice. I mean, it's a small little town, nothing too crazy, but they're definitely nice.
So nice, so lovely. Thank you so much. I give her a hug. Them a hug.
I mean, that's just a regular commoner's clothes. Picture a little bit nicer. But they're just a little farming company, camp company.
It's nice.
So I mean, they greet you in. Are we all set? Did you guys enjoy the town? What did you do? They start asking you all these questions.
We petted a
Lovely
sheep.
walk around.
Oh, the sheep?
Yes, Trixie. She was a darling, dear. Oh my goodness. She loved treats and she was very nice to talk to.
She's adorable. I love that one. So are we all ready for the party?
Yes, let's go cut a rug. But not literally. Rugs are
Alright.
expensive.
So they walk with you back towards the manor. They open the door.
Just before we go back inside, I'm going to open up another telepathy.
Okay. All right.
Nice. 9 hours.
So let me bring you to the map again. So they open the door. Let me grab 2 of these commoners are with you. You see the chef wearing different clothes this time, opens the door. And welcome. Most of the people are in the ballroom, straight ahead, and they invite you in. Closes the door. As you come to the double doors, your guests who brought you, which I can never remember their names.
Henrietta and Josephus.
I think that's right. Henrietta opens the door, and inside
Oh my God,
you see a room
we're walking
full...
into a trap.
See...
I say that. Can we have telepathic links set up for this?
Yes, we do.
I'm like, dude, we are walking into a trap right now. We are locked in a room with this thing.
So you walk in.
We'll be fine, play it cool.
As you walk in, yeah, you see the
Okay.
room full of 30
Yes,
commoners.
cool.
You hear music as you see that there are 5 commoners on stage, all with a different instrument, playing some nice, soothing music. There's a table with hors d'oeuvres and glasses of I don't know, wine. Let me see. Where are we? The whole place has been decorated with garlands of wisteria, the town you're in, and yes, they're all dressed in fine attire. In the center of the room, you see Aaron Quill, the noble, talking to one of the commoners, and in the center of the room, hovering about, just hovering 5 feet off the ground and mingling with the commoners, you see this massive beholder with these eye stalks. On each end of each eye stalk is an eye, and wrapped around its big head is this black tie that goes all the way around, and then it comes underneath its crazy looking mouth, its little bow tie.
Yes! Thank you!
Yeah, I hate that picture. There's a better picture of him. I wish I could. I love it.
Bow tie.
All right. I would have just should have bet me some golds.
Man.
And does it look like he's just conversing with these
Can I
These-
move?
commoners? Or?
Can I move to the front of this? I would definitely be. I would like to be as much in front between me and them as possible.
Yeah.
Me and him as possible.
Put yourselves how you would enter the room. In what order?
I'll be next to Fader.
Pick a spot. Yeah, so you just walk in right up to the beholder.
I mean, he's right there. I'm like, no, I guess not. I'm here.
So
no.
yeah, as you walk into, they all kind of look at you. The beholder kind of turns around and looks at you, and it kind of like you see its big eye, kind of like who's this? And then Aaron Quill kind of steps around. Oh, our new guests. He goes, I apologize for earlier, but I was
No.
busy.
We should be the ones apologizing. My friend here is not from the material plane. He does have some strange customs that make him a bit impulsive.
Ah, please come in. Meet Renacor. And this is my guest of honor.
It's great to meet you, Renacor.
Yes, Mr. Relicore. A pleasure. Don't get to see many of you up topside very often.
He's just like
All right.
That was very good.
Aaron says, "Oh, he says it's a pleasure to meet you. And what brings you here? He's curious in how you arrived."
What?
We just came from.
We're gonna lie to a beholder. Here we go.
Mhm.
Here we go, guys.
We
Well,
did
well,
Face
walk.
to face
from-
with a beholder, lying already.
I'm not lying. I did walk
Yeah, go.
into the
No,
cave.
go ahead. Yeah.
We're originally from. Why can I never remember the
Waterdeep?
name of my own friend?
Waterdeep.
Well, initially from Waterdeep, actually. We came upon your lovely town. It's quite nice.
Aaron Quill looks at the beholder and starts to translate in his language in a deep speech.
I knew I should have taken tongues.
And then he kind of looks at you all again and says, I don't know if I want to keep talking in deep speech. I can't do it. So he says something else, and then he translates and he says, "Oh, but he wants to know how you got here."
A bit of a teleportation accident, actually.
He looks at Renacor, translates. Renacor, let me see. I mean, teleportation, portal, same thing-ish. Give me a persuasion check. Or is it deception? Whichever one you're good at. I guess
Oh,
you're
that's
not
a
you're
very
not
low
being
roll.
deception. You're not really lying. So, yeah, Renacor looks and he says, "Doc walk the hawk," and he looks at you and he says, "Renacor says welcome. Enjoy the party. We have some hors d'oeuvres, and we look forward to getting to know you."
I want to observe Quill. If does Quill seem uh, like he is afraid by this interaction, or does he seem just cordial and upbeat and everything?
Give me an insight check.
Not very good at that.
He seems as relaxed as any noble would be at his own party.
I'm like,
Even
okay,
being a noble, you could tell he's like very just, yeah, proper and.
guys, I think we're very lucky, and I think that Vader needs to sneaky stab the noble guy.
Not in the middle of a party with a beholder staring us down.
Okay.
Quill!
Is this black line a wall?
No, it's the
Or is
stage.
it-
Stage, right?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
the stage. Got it.
Quill! I would like to step up.
Mm-hmm.
When are you going to play your fabulous music we were
Oh,
talking about?
you would like me to play?
Yes.
Well, the party just started. Maybe in an hour.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm just gonna go get a hors d'oeuvre.
Enjoy.
Thank you for inviting us.
I am so afraid.
Yeah.
Let's just go get hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, go hang out and
Okay.
do a perception
How much
check.
danger we're in.
So head over to the hors d'oeuvres table. Everyone, yeah, give me a perception check. There would be some commoners over here as well, having some.
Oh my god, I hope these people are not on his side. Oh my god, I hope these people are not on his side.
20, 17.
If you start something in the master's home, I'm sure there will be.
I'm not doing anything.
You notice some of these people are talking to Quill, who's translating. But you notice some are kind of looking at the beholder a little funny, like, ooh, like what's going on? So not everyone is all around the beholder.
Are we able to tell who the guests are versus the normal folk who work in the manor?
You only see 2 servants. I'll just put a little thing on them. Out in here right now. I'll just use this one. Poisoned. That one. So we'll say these 2 are passing around drinks and stuff like that.
And are they behaving?
They're behaving like waiters.
Okay.
Should we talk to Eyeball?
Dear, did you by any
We
chance?
can't really talk to him without Quill.
Yeah, that's fine.
When you were speaking with Quill, did you by any chance touch him?
I touched him. I did a handshake.
No, I
In the
mean,
beginning.
Tonight, just now.
Oh, I could go up there again. I don't know. No, I didn't.
I don't want to make it obvious. The hors d'oeuvres are actually food.
They taste like food if you're eating them.
Mini hot dogs.
They're delicious. Like, really good.
Oof. I haven't had one of
Fresh.
these in a very long time.
A server comes up to you.
Hello,
with
dear.
a tray, and it has all these little mini tacos.
Oh my
Meats on
goodness.
them.
Double taco.
All right. Yeah, they're
Quill, can
so
Renicore
yummy.
understand us,
They're a
or
little
can he?
gamey, but they're yummy.
Oh,
Is
they're,
this
they're
deer?
deer.
Oh no, these are sheep. These are lamb tacos.
Don't you love doing this to me, don't you, dear? Is this Trixie?
Trixie?
Never mind, I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just gonna eat her. R.I.P. Queen.
Quinn, can Renicore understand us, or are you the only one that can speak to him?
I can speak to him. I'm the only one who understands him.
No, I'm just saying I could do something that would help me to understand him, but I don't know if he'd understand me.
What is it?
I just have a little spell. I am a bit of a
So you
a
walk.
magician by trade. I can cast comprehend languages. Might make the conversations a little easier.
Oh. He says something in Undercommon to Renikor, and he responds. Like when he says it's Renikor looks at you and he gets like really nervous. And he just says like, and he says, "Oh, he would prefer you don't cast magic around him." He's
Oh,
a
that's
little
fair.
he's a little uneasy around magic users.
No, that's fair. As long as you don't mind translating, I suppose.
Oh, not at all. I prefer it actually.
I was curious how you and Renicore met, actually.
Ah, he just came to town one day.
I see. Is there an entrance to the Underdark around town, or did he just somewhat appear?
Underdark?
From what I understand, his kind typically do come from the Underdark.
I didn't even know that. He looks at Renikor and he says something in Undercommon. And then Renikor just gets like really, and he's, oh, no. And he's like trying to calm him down. And you see the Renikor getting more and more paranoid in a sense, since they are paranoid creatures. And he rises 10 feet up. And he's, he's wondering why you keep questioning about him, making him uncomfortable.
Oh, would you like to ask some things about me? I'm actually quite a good scholar and nobler myself, if you'd prefer to know a little bit more about me first.
He wants to know how you got here.
Oh, like I said, it was a bit of a teleporting incident with a book.
Yeah, he translates it up to him. Let me see.
Can I move?
Yeah.
Hemlock. Move out of a line with Van.
Move out of the line?
Move out of line, so that we're not all lined up.
Spread out. AoE effects coming in.
I
So
to the stage.
yeah, Renikor. I mean, we'll see you all now taking these defensive actions around him.
I'm over here talking to these.
Yeah, he sees all of you moving around him. Like I said, he's paranoid. So he is going to fly. He flies over to this corner. And starts screaming out something in Undercommon, and Aaron Quill is trying to calm him down.
Do I get an opportunity attack?
No, because he
Wait, I
floated
was
up
listening to the band.
before, and you never mentioned anything. So
I mean, he's moving out of.
he
I mean, as soon as he starts
already
to
floated
flee.
up. I said he floated up 10 feet before, and you never said anything.
And
now-
he's not,
I didn't.
He's
hear
not
that.
hostile yet.
Okay. Well, he's hostile. I'm hostile now.
Oh, I'm sorry, Quill. Shall we leave the room for a second?
Aaron Quill says, maybe it's just best for you all to leave.
But I wanted to listen to you play.
He says something. Let me see.
Maybe we
Maybe
just
some
leave for a little
music?
bit, everybody calm down a little bit, and we go back?
I haven't done anything yet. I'm just saying this.
Maybe some music will calm his nerves?
Just rolling some dice, seeing how it goes. Aaron Quill says something to him, and Renikor seems to relax a little bit, but he stays over there. He says, "Oh, he's a little
Shy.
Um, he doesn't know you."
No, that's fair. I mean,
How did you learn deep speech or whatever his language is?
oh, he's a bard. I'm sure he knows all sorts of languages.
He says, "I just always known it." He says, I am well versed."
That's so cool. I wish I learned. Mm, I wish I knew a language.
You don't know any?
Oh, I know Elvish.
You're speaking a language right now, dear.
Oh, Common. I know Common. Jeez.
I should hope so.
Mostly everybody knows
Yeah,
Common.
everyone here, you notice, everyone here is speaking common, no matter what their race is. They're all speaking common. No accents, just all in common. So, like, if there was a dwarf, they wouldn't have a dwarven kind of accent.
Let's see. I know. Okay, I know a couple of languages, but nothing like rare as whatever that is.
Oh, that's undercommon. Or deep speech. Sorry, that's deep speech.
Deep speech.
So does anyone talk to any of the commoners, or are you just all standing in these weird positions around the room?
I've been putting on a show of striking up conversation with the commoners over here.
All right, what do you say to them?
I'm mostly just so what do you do around town?
Oh,
I just want to make it a show that I'm over here talking so that Renacor doesn't think that I'm just, hiding in the corner.
what's Van doing?
Trying to act casual, just sort of looking around, little smile on my face, while inside I'm racked with horror.
Everyone's like trying to talk to somebody, but they're like looking over.
I'm antisocial. I'm just like, no. Yeah, that's fine.
So yeah, I mean, there's the commoners tell you, Fader, like they're farmers. They just go on to normal farmer stuff. That's all that's what they know. So that's kind of what they're talking to you about. Yeah, Van, you're just looking around, and Leopold, what's Leopold doing?
Well, it was somebody that nice enough to invite us here, so I'll grab the lady of the silk and souls for a dance.
Okay. Yes, she loves it. She will dance with you. You guys are just dancing to the music. And Aaron Quill is talking with Hemlock. So Hemlock, what questions do you ask him directly? Because
Actually, I just want to apologize for my friend earlier when we entered your home. He can get a little awkward around new people, and I do apologize. We didn't mean anything of it. We just wanted to,
I see it as
introduce
a
ourselves.
misunderstanding. It's totally fine. But I do
Oh,
appreciate that.
Yeah. So, when did you become mayor?
He says, "Oh, when." Good question. So he says, "Oh, well, I've always been mayor."
Oh. It must be hard to be mayor of a very nice town like this, to keep everybody in line and stuff.
Oh, I don't actually do anything. It's more of just an honorary title.
Oh, that's nice.
We are all pretty self-efficient here.
Oh yes, I met lots of people of your. I met a lot of your people. They are very nice and very homey.
Right? So he says, "Well, I guess I should mingle with the rest of the people as well."
Yeah. Okay.
I'll try to get Renacor.
Shake his hand.
I'll try to get Renacor down here and speak. He's
Well,
a little skittish, and
yes,
especially around new people. He wasn't
saw that.
prepared for this.
Yeah, I feel bad. I don't think we're not trying to scare him. I actually was
He's
just
like
listening.
up there looking at you all with his eyes,
I feel bad. I
looking a little
really do like
paranoid. Yeah,
his bow.
exactly.
It's
Just
really
yeah.
nice. Um, anyway, all right. I'll let you mingle. Thanks again for talking to me.
Of course.
Handshake.
Handshake. He feels warm to the touch.
All right. Talk to you later.
Of course.
Leopold, may I cut in,
Oh, of course.
ma'am? Leopold, dance with me.
Sure.
So it's him, real him, maybe. I don't know. He's warm, and he's always been mayor, apparently.
Yes, I believe he believes that. It's a bit of a tenuous situation, honestly. I don't believe this beholder has any ill intentions. He just seems to want to have a place to his own to hide. I don't know if he took on to Quinn because Quinn's in this kind of ephemeral state, honestly, because this place does have somewhat of an influence on him, or if he has. I don't think it doesn't seem like he has some master plan in in mind. Uh, they are very paranoid, and he might just be looking for a place to hide. And might feel uh, very at home among these robotic creatures that don't meet would not be able to harm him.
Attention, everyone. Quill says.
Hmm.
Renacor kind of hovers down a little. He goes, "For those of you who haven't met him, this is Renacor. As you know, the purpose of tonight's dance was for you to all get to know him. And he just has something to say. And he says, and he says it is a pleasure to meet you, and he hopes you all welcome him in his home as he has welcomed you in his. And with that, we'll end our game today."
Yay.
Oh my god, it's gonna be interesting. What is everyone like so quiet?
I'm thinking of a plan. It might be crazy and it might not work.
It's so hard because I think Leopold always wants to believe there's
Good.
not so much good, but a peaceful solution that doesn't involve fighting. And it never really turns out well for him.
Not when you have Van and other people who are murder hobos.
He tried it with
Murder
that evil
hobo.
wizard, and that sure the fuck didn't work.
No, you're not a murder hobo. You're just a, I don't know, what are they called?
Murder hobos.
I don't know. When it depends on the level. I mean, here we have a situation where the level of evil is no longer like super evident, but like when you're going to deal with people who are murderous, like horribly evil people, and that's like the interaction you're gonna have, like the chances of that ending peacefully just seems. I mean,
Yeah, but
what are you gonna do? Even the best case scenario, you're leaving there. I'm like, oh, well, all that horrible stuff you're doing, yeah, just go ahead, keep doing that. We got what we wanted, and we're out.
Yeah, but sometimes even with an evil adversary, sometimes it's still for the greater good to negotiate. Like people in the game and in mythology, people used to negotiate with dragons all the time, even though
Yeah,
even though
because
they were evil.
yeah, well, they can't. Not a lot of people can fight dragons.
But I guess I'm saying is that just because they're evil doesn't necessarily mean that the only interaction
I mean,
available is
honestly,
attack.
when you think about it, this demiplane is the perfect place for a beholder to just sit there and be as paranoid as it wants. If we leave it, if we could fix Quill and leave it, he might just be happy enough to just sit by himself in this demi-plane with these non-real creatures that won't oppose him, really.
I was thinking that was my crazy plan. We can
But getting him to convince us to let him help Quill, and then convincing Quill for us to help him, that is the rub.
Did we come here to stab this guy, or like? I mean, I'm pretty sure we came here to stab this guy.
Yeah.
All they really told us was the dagger would heal him.
Why are we deciding not to heal him? Like, literally, he's been there cursed. We're literally leaving this person cursed by Cyric just to, like, enjoy the show he's putting on for us with these puppets. Like, we came here to stab this guy.
There could be a less traumatic way to stab him. I'm just saying.
Yeah, maybe. Well, this is the dagger to cure you. You probably don't know, but you're a cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in a book, you know?
I'm not
Well,
saying we have
actually,
to stab him violently. We have to stab him.
I started thinking about this like half an hour ago or so. Is it possible that Quill is aware of what's going on? I mean, is it possible
is
that
out
he
of his
knows
mind.
that he's in a
Doesn't seem so
demi-plane
since
and not?
Considering he said he's always been mayor, I don't think he's aware.
Unless he means, well, ever since I arrived here in this demi-plane, I've been mayor. So
How do we have any idea how long this guy's even been in this book?
3 years.
3 years.
I mean, I don't know. It's somehow we're gonna have to either stab this guy or kill this beholder. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm pretty positive one of those two things is gonna happen.
I have a feeling
Probably both. Probably
if we
both. Actually, I'm gonna put my money on both of those things happening.
If we stab this guy, I think it's going to be we stab this guy and fight the beholder. I don't think the beholder is going to.
Straight up stabbing him, yes, it would probably trigger some. Especially in front of the beholder, stabbing the guy would probably be something in front.
It could also be the trigger for us leaving this book and finishing this whole thing.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier.
Right. I mean, maybe that's not the case, but it could be the case.
Yeah.
Unless it dumps everybody who's in the book that is real out of the book.
Yeah, we're not ending a story. We're just where we would have to figure out a way to exit a demi-plane. It's very hard to say. But anywho, guys, I guess we got some stuff to think about for next week.
Yes.
Is it okay, given that I've got 9 hours of telepathy open, is it okay if we have ideas over the week that we discuss them on Discord?
I mean, you can't really say that when you're in an active situation. It's not like you're playing downtime.
Okay.
But I mean, there's just no role playing. I mean, out of character, I don't care. We just can't say that it's in character.
Gabby. All right. Night, guys.
Night.
All right. Good night, everybody.
See you guys.
See ya.
And anyone who was watching, thanks for watching, and join us next Tuesday to find out what happens with the Beholder. Bye-bye.